we are going to be having in the first game on the Twitch side, this division of AGL Season 3. It's a cracker, I think. These teams recently played each other in the preseason tournament, and if you were watching then, it was an incredibly close game. But we have the NA side of MSBH going against the EU side of Team Goliath. What are you thinking, Gold? What are you thinking about this?
Well, I mean, I know I got a lot of friends on both sides here, but you know, I'm leaning a little bit towards the boys in blue here, MSB. I really have just seen a lot of incredibly strong tank play out of Mr. Tubbs in the past. You know, he's even performing in the GM League at a very high level. You know, as a sub for the main MSB team. You know, Marcruso we've seen throughout all sorts of AGL seasons in the past. Ria as well. Mex, you know, I'd taken a break from casting and hopping in the ring himself. So I'm going to give this one to MSB, but I think it's going to be close. As you mentioned, you know, these guys are definitely very evenly matched, and the DPS duo of Goliath with Swerves and Bonzo, I mean, those guys are just dangerous together. And I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, Swerves and Bonzo, as you say, they are a great DPS duo. It showed last season. Bonzo with the projectile DPS, particularly Hanzo and Genji, and Swerves with the hit scan, being one of the best hit scan in the league, ended up making it to that All-Star tournament we had near the end of last season, and he showed how good he was in that situation. But right now, I think the DPS of Marq as well as the DPS of Ria. I mean, if you look at the two teams, both of them have this hit scan specialist. Marq with the McCree and Tracer, Swerves with the Soldier and Tracer, and then Ria and Bonzo, the projectile specialists, with both of them playing Genji and both of them playing another projectile, Hanzo or Pharah. So I think at the end of the day, it's going to have to be dependent on which two DPS perform better, who is going to end up taking the series. Right, so well, are we going to introduce the teams here before we get into the first match?
I mean, we can. I think we already, you know, we went over some of the big ones. We can take a look at some of the other players. I mean, I know I haven't seen Boss of All in any previous seasons of the league, so we can take a quick look at Boss and see, you know, what we think they're going to be playing. A lot of time on tanks throughout this season, so you know, it looks to be a tank player, probably going to be filling that off-tank role here for MSBH. Goliath is gone.
We're starting the game like this, so it's NA servers. That's why
true.
Just have to make sure it's NA servers, and then as soon as the game starts up, we get a quick pause coming in,
Yep.
and then all the bots are removed, and then Team Goliath is put right back in. So for those of you that are watching, how this series works is that it is a simple best of 3. The maps are, I believe it's Dorado, Hanamura, and Lijiang, is it, on this side?
Let me double check.
I think it is. I might be wrong, but I think that's the maps we were scrimming anyway for it.
I can.
So it's just a simple best of 3. I mean, if you win the first map, I mean, it's best of 2 basically, I think. Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. And I mean, personally, I've got to be backing. I mean, if the tanks of I think you can rely on the DPS of Goliath. I think both of them can be very good. But the thing is, with MSBH, you can rely not only on the DPS, but also on the tanks. So if the tanks of Team Goliath show up, I think that they might just edge it over MSBH. But if the tanks don't perform on the side of the EU team attacking first, then I think this might be a series going in the favor of MSBH.
Well, we will have to see. As you said, first map's going to be Dorado here. Going to be pulling out the escort map first. And, you know, what do you think we're going to see here? I mean, we see Ria on the Junkrat. Junkrat definitely very strong here. Do you think, you know, we're going to see a big performance out of Ria on that hero? You know, what have we seen in the past here?
Definitely, I think this is one of the go-to maps to play Junkrat, especially if you have this high ground on the defense. The amount of damage, though, it's quite worrying, actually, the amount of damage that they've got out of their comp. They're running McCree, Junkrat as their DPS, as well as Hog as their off-tank. So I think this has the potential to be a phenomenal, damage-wise anyway, phenomenal defense from MSBH. But let's see what Goliath do to take this out. It looks like they're going to run the double tank dive, and as the attack gates open, it's going to be the first map First map of the first series is going to be MSBH going up against Team Goliath in the first game of AGL Season 3.
Yeah, we're going to see Bonzo and Swerves going underneath here. It looks like they're going to be setting up this flank, trying to go around the backside here of MSBH, and they're going to do so, trying to get onto Marcuso immediately, but Bonzo catching the flashbang, going to be stalled for just a second, taken down very, very low, and is going to be finished off. A couple of kills coming in for MSBH as they repel this initial attack with ease here. Swerves taken down, and that is going to be a nice first hold from MSBH. They caught that dive coming in very, very well.
Yeah, some very good team comms coming in there, probably from Mr. Tubbs. I think he's their captain. I mean, they saw they were coming from behind, and so they changed their position of the whole team. They rotated 180 degrees. And obviously with that Reinhardt shield there, and the fact that they can get through it and dive onto a specific target, that just allowed Marku and Ria both to pop off. But Boss of All One, I think that's, yeah, Boss of All One does get the first pick of the fight onto Swerves. That's definitely what you're going to be looking to do. They aren't going to pull out and res that. I think it's too much of a dangerous position. Bonzo is stuck in a trap, and he's going to go down to the spam of Ria Huntress. And look, this looks now. Again, yeah, huge plays coming in with that trap there, and he's already got the tire.
I'm gonna be able to stall out this next fight for a while. You know, even if he doesn't get a kill with the tire, at the very least, it's enough to scare him off for just a second here. But Patrick with the Valkyrie as well, you know, could possibly fly above this. Is going to pop the Valk, so now Rhea's going to be looking for that Mercy, but Rhea taken down. Does find the Mercy with the tire though, so a lot less healing now is available for Goliath, and they are all falling one by one.
A very good Riptide coming in there from Rhea Huntress allows... Oh, good hook as well! Nice what hook. A hook from Boss of All. He is going to get the stagger. What a beautiful hook. Looking at out economies as well. With MSBH looking very good. They've got 4 ults online, nearly a whole hog as well. What do you think that the side of Goliath need to do to change things around here?
Well, definitely pushing in right now, not using any ultimates, and trying to get an ult or two out of MSBH just off of, you know, fragging, getting some kills. Not going to work out as Swerve is taken down. And I mean, I think you definitely do want to... you know, kind of do a little bit more to deal with Rehax. He is up here on this high ground again, getting that mind kill onto the mech from Flad, and so this is not looking good right now for Goliath's attack. They're just not able to get any forward momentum through this Junkrat spam, and you know the combined spam from everyone else on MSBH is just keeping them kind of smothered in their spawn.
The ult economy from the NA team as well, like this team on the defense, they still got nearly got 6 ults online. I mean, coming into the final fight, I mean, personally, what I'd be looking to do, I would say hold the ults, try and waste their ults so they can, like, if they win a fight, you can always come back as a 6 towards the end of the first phase and then just wipe them with your ults. Like, I think you could play it that way, but you could also just play it to keep the payload where it is and give yourself even more.
Bonzo's tire doesn't find anything there. Now they're going to use the sound barrier before really getting any sort of initiation. I mean, both sound barriers are going to come out. There is the self-destruct thrown up on top, but all it's going to find is a trap. Marcuso finally finding a kill. We're going to see a couple of coalescences coming out here, but it so far has been MSBH having the better of this fight. A couple of kills coming in for Goliath, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, Zig.
Yeah, Marku coming out with a huge place there. I believe he stuns Mipper MLG's tire. No, hammer down there. But another hammer down coming in from Mr. Tubbs. He does get a pin onto Swerves. That's huge. Taking out most of the DPS of the offense. But then again, the fight looking even good. Tire comes in. It's going to get 2! Ria Huntress with another hot tire. I mean, the fight's still looking very even. Marku's still alive as well.
Yeah, Goliath staying alive on this point, and right now they have a pretty big advantage because of the spawns, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, yeah. I mean,
yeah, the
spawns at that point are much closer for the attacking team, but we see just too many people left alive here for the defense. Can Swerves do it? No, he's going to be taken down by Marcuso, and that is a strong, strong defense by MSBH there.
Some very good work from Marku and Ria, both of them popping off in these fights. Marku kind of, I think it would have shattered about 4 of the side of MSBH, I think. I mean, both the DPS and both the supports would have been down if he didn't get that stun off at the perfect time. He predicted when Mippo was going to shatter, and he was like, "Yep, thank you very much for that wasted ult," and it allowed the side of MSBH to give them a nice first hold here. Team Goliath not really playing well. The DPS need to step it up at least, I think. In fact, to be honest, I think all of them need to. But I mean, when you've got 0 points on your opening map of AGL Season 3 and only 64 meters, they didn't even pass the fountain. Like on Dorado, that's a pretty poor score. And in all honesty, they need to step it up right now. Otherwise it's going to be quite an easy 2-0 in the series for MSBH.
Yeah, definitely a rough start here for the side of Goliath. We are going to see possibly a little bit different. Bonzo coming out on the Mei, it would appear, and then Swerves on the Widow. So this Mei is all about stalling, can be very, very effective. But, you know, it does kind of rely on them giving up all the space to the choke point to make it that effective. And then you don't really have the other parts of the composition to take a real advantage of that choke point defense. So, you know, I don't know whether Orisa is going to be able to pair that well here with the composition. They do have this Lucio to speed them into a Mei wall and possibly get a pick that way, but I don't know. I'm questioning this Mei swap. We'll see whether Goliath is able to make it work for them.
I mean, what they're going to be looking to do, obviously, get a wall up by the middle bridge, the choke point, as is pretty obvious. That's what they're trying to do. But Swerves coming in with the first pick of the fight with an attack boost from his Mercy of Katrikan. I guess that's how you say it. I don't really know, but some good work there coming in from Swerves early on.
Tubbs, yeah, caught out of position. You know, not really a place you want to be that early. But yeah, as I said, up to the choke point already, and now I mean everything really matters for Goliath. Vlad almost taken out of the mech, and that could have been absolutely disastrous. But mech's gonna be taken down. Marcuso taken down here as well. So Goliath able to find the kills here and at least stall out any forward progress for the time being. Tubbs caught out again and finished off there. That is going to be a whole lot of welcome ultimate charge here for Vlad. But they are going to be able to hold this here for the time being. But 3 minutes left here for MSBH to figure things out. I gotta say, I think they've got the time to do it. And it's only a matter of time before they get the ults up as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's 3 minutes. What they're going to be looking to do is get these economy pushes to get their ults up and drain the ultimates off from Team Goliath as well. The beat is going to come in from the defense. Now they've got to kind of play aggressive of that, take down Mr. Tubbs. That's exactly what they've done. Some good work so far in the way of the defense. Team Goliath. I mean, there's some good stuff with this Orisa. Managed to take out Big Fat Mechs with Bonzo. Boss of all also going to fall. They're kind of running the triple DPS here. Vlad takes down Rhea. And now, I mean, half of the defense gone already. They're gonna have to step it up a little bit. The side of MSBH. I mean, they're kind of taking things seriously now. Mark Hughes off the Doomfist, and I mean, still though, 2 minutes to hold, and especially with the fact that the offense can just literally just charge up ults. It's still a lot of work to do. A very uphill climb for the side of Team Goliath.
Yeah, but Bonzo is making this Mei work. As I said, I mean, a little bit of a misused wall there, I would think, but now they are going to be focusing hard on Bonzo. He's going to have to use this ice block to stay alive, but has the blizzard up, just wants to make sure that he can get it through the defense matrix here. But now things are not looking good here for Goliath. A couple of ults coming in, and yeah, Rhea taking out. Ooh! That is a huge bomb though from Vlad, going to take out both the supports here for MSB. So it's all up to the DPS and tanks, and I mean, Marcuso trying to show that he's up to the job.
Oh, it's not quite going to work though, Bonzo. Yeah, Icicle with the Orisa attack boost. Vlad also taking down Rhea. There's a good bit of movement from MSBH there with the both of the flanking DPS getting onto Swerves at the beginning of the fight. And I mean, no, Bonzo and Vlad with the combo, with the Mei and Dion combo, allowed two of the side of the offense to die, and it allowed the side of Goliath to win this fight. And now, with only 45 seconds to go, it's looking very close now. Rhea is the first to go down. It is not what you want right now if you're on the side of MSBH. They might just choke this.
Yeah, I mean, Marcuso able to find that one kill with the pulse bomb, but you know, it's Battle Sheep's gonna get back to this point pretty quickly, and you know, I don't know whether he got the value out of it that he wants, and now being chased down in the backlines, he might actually be taken down. He's gonna have to really try to stay alive back here, as you know, if
he's
he's
lucky.
not here to touch the point at the end, things could get pretty disastrous for his team.
Yeah, I mean...
React switching onto the Pharah here, and
Oh,
no,
he got hit!
immediately taken out of the sky. That could be it.
The
here
D.Va one
for
coming in as
MSBH.
well. Oh my god, if they choke this though, all they have
We do
to
have
do
the
is save up
Coalescence
a couple
coming
of
in
ults.
here, but yeah, I mean the freeze put onto Boss. They are not able to really push forward. Boss getting close to this D.Va bomb, but almost removed from the mech, is throwing it in. We'll see, but there's the Blizzard, no mech to stop it. Everyone here going to be freezing on this point. The damage is coming in to follow up. There's nothing that MSBH can do to stop this. They are looking like they're going to be losing this.
How
Ceasing
they
resistance.
have choked this, I do not know. Oh
Wow.
my, they've been held.
Really good defense here by Team Goliath. Really well done.
All that the side of MSBH here, they need to get a game plan after they. I mean, they didn't take it seriously. Marky was on the Doomfist, and he doesn't even play Doomfist. So, I mean,
They need to take them more seriously. They didn't, and they got punished for it. I think they should have come in with the game plan of kind of. I think the best thing they could have done is just saved up 6 ults, in all honesty, and then just wiped them. They could have run Zarya and Reinhardt or something like that to try and, with the shields, kind of take Swerves out of the game on Widow. I don't think the dive was working out too much into Bonezo on the Mei as well. It was just too much counter dive for the side of MSBH to deal with.
And do we have... Hold on, do we have Walnut in the party? No? Alright, yeah, Amateur, you should get Walnut in the party and in the game so that we can actually have the analysis. Apparently I have to...
we need to make sure it's EU servers again as well. So they're gonna have to be removed and rejoined, aren't they? I think.
Goliaths, it was a best of one. Obviously, it was on Junkertown, and they Z9'd at the very end when they could have easily won it. Like there was 4 of them coming back from spawn, and the D.Va Z9. But like in this situation, MSBH need to get a game plan sorted. They didn't take it seriously enough when it was their attack, and they got outplayed. It's just pretty simple.
I think personally,
Right, while we're doing this whole lobby switch over, Walnut is joining us here. He's a boosted Mercy from the GM League, you know, but gonna be providing analysis here for us today. So yeah, Walnut, what did you see there during that last game?
I feel like for the Dorado game, I feel like I definitely see like a lot of mistakes in both teams. I mean, I saw, like, in my opinion, I think for MSB, I think they ran the wrong comp, and how I could have seen is that they didn't even have to go up front. They could have all gone around because the Widow was on that high ground perch, and she just basically had free range over everyone, and it kind of screwed them over because nobody dived her, and she just had free damage, and there's just shooting caliber basically.
Yeah, and then the Mei on the front lines stopping anyone from being able to move forward. What do you think, you really need to see different here out of MSB to come out on top here on Hanamura?
I think to say that there's no real way of like sugarcoating it. Don't quote unquote for your league games, because I mean, maybe I don't think that Marcuso was throwing on the Doomfist. I think maybe he practiced it in scrims. We don't know that, but I feel like it's not the right choice against that comp, and I feel like they stayed on it too long.
Well, hopefully you know, hopefully they heed that. It doesn't look like they're going to be running the Doomfist. Bonzo actually running the Doomfist here for Team Goliath. So defensive Doomfist here on Hanamura's first point. Yeah.
I mean, I think it can be quite good, in all honesty, the Doomfist here. I mean, it's quite a small choke, and you've got the doorways to work with. I mean, defensively, if they push through that choke, you can just punch him into the door. And with the Orisa pull as well, you can work that pretty well. But right now, it is the second map in the series. It's going to be Hanamura. The side of MSBH are going to try and make things right with a map win to take things to a third map here in this series. Who do you think will take this gold?
Well, I mean, you know, after that last game, I definitely a little bit shook up in my prediction, but that is, you know, hopefully MSB can turn things around. We do see Swerve up on the high ground though, going to be able to find that first kill on Turia, but Bonzo getting taken out by the Mayhem. So, you know, that was a little unfortunate. But so far, it is all in favor of Goliath. Swerve uncontested on this high ground. And I think step number one here for MSB is going to be swapping to something that can deal with this Soldier 76. You know, if you just let him stand up there on that high ground and just lay down damage for free, he's going to do so. And as we saw there, getting multiple kills, shredding through the tanks and their shields, you know, just doing everything we need to see out of Soldier. But no swaps coming in from MSB.
I mean, I think the best thing they could do is go around the right side, up onto the high ground, and round onto the side of the point, forcing Swerves down onto point. And it looks to be going in their way this fight anyway, with 4 kills in their favor. But Swerves is still alive on this high ground. I mean, I don't think he's going to be able to do enough to catch this. I'll be very surprised if they hit this point.
Yeah, I mean, he does have to jump down eventually, but the discipline to stay up there on that high ground that entire time gave them such a fighting chance. I mean, it's unfortunate for Swerves that the rest of his team ended up getting taken down around him, but he himself doing a great job staying up on that high ground, getting attack visor up and ready to go for this fight. So it's going to be very difficult for MSB to just push in here and grab this point like they're trying to do. We do see them just getting established right here already. The Valkyrie coming in. Tubbs earth-shattering a shield though, and yeah, not looking good here for MSB as they're going to be turned right around as soon as they come in.
Yeah, I mean, I think Soldier can be so good on the second point on defense because you've got so much high ground to contest against. I mean, if you don't kill that Soldier on your way through or force him off the high ground, the amount of damage you can just lay in is ridiculous. And I mean, that's just exactly what he did with the attack visor, and it allowed the side of Team Goliath to win the fight. Now, though, the side of MSBH with 5.5 minutes still to go at this point, and they have the ults to do it. They've got the Graviton bomb, big bomb. I can't remember what it's called. Big Bang. I can't remember that combo. No. The Tracer Zarya combo. Yeah, the pulse bomb grab combo. But I can't remember. There's a name for it.
We do see MSB pushing in here, trying to set up this grab. No, it's the Big Bang. Big Bang.
Yeah, that's it.
Trying to set up this Big Bang combo as we see, but Vlad finding the kill onto Mex there, and without that main source of healing, this composition gonna fall flat here. They're gonna have to back up at least a little bit and try to play defensively, but yeah, Marcuso losing his life here might mean that they're just gonna back right out.
I think the problem with
they could do here. Sorry, you go.
Is that I feel like they're too greedy, in my opinion. Like, I saw Mex trying to get the Genji, like, on his own, and he dropped down off of high ground, and that kind of messed him up.
Vlad jumping off to get back in the mech. This is an opportunity right here for MSB. No D.Va here to eat this Graviton or Pulse Bomb coming in. I mean, they're not even going to use it, though. They're just going to push right onto Mippy and take that Orisa out. Now, a bunch of ults coming in. The D.Va getting back, but not in time to eat that Graviton. All the damage coming in, and MSB finally finding the kills they need to push onto this point and hopefully start building up some progress. But no, Swerve trying to turn things around, gets a couple of kills, and that could make a big difference here.
Yeah, it's not convincing enough. There are kills coming in the way of Team Goliath, and it looks like I don't think that the side of MSBH are even going to get a tick. They're not. Swerve's popping off there with half kills.
absolutely huge kills there in the end. Those 2 kills, you know, it doesn't seem like much in some situations, but on those second points, all you need is 1 or 2 kills as that Tracer, and to keep staying alive, keep stalling out the point. They didn't allow a single tick to go over, and you know, we were just talking about how they had 5 minutes left to cap it. Now down to just 3 minutes left, and they have a lot less ultimate economy going. That, you know, that things are not looking anywhere near as good for MSB. That wall coming in is...
Oh my gosh, that was a huge pin. I'm just saying, if you saw that, you pinned across the whole of the high ground. But 2 kills coming in there from Team Goliath. Make that 3 as Marquee was going to fall. I mean, I think
and
if you look
Goliath
at the
with all the
positioning,
ults.
if you look at the positioning from Team Goliath, they're very non-aggressive on this high ground. They as soon as they push, they kind of back up towards the point in a way. They don't really stay on the high ground. So I think, I mean, if the Mei isn't going to wall them off, I think it's better if the side of MSBH picked like a better hit scan to take advantage of the high ground. Like if they ran a soldier, like Rhea can't play soldier, so if they ran a soldier and got him onto high ground, that could be devastating. But Marky is going to get the possible Moffat. It's going to kill Mipper MLG. He's going to die in the process of... But Cat killing 3 this fight on the defense with the 4. Meta 4!
Yeah.
Catry showing that Moira is a DPS. We all know it really. She's not a support. She's a DPS. Killing 4 in that fight.
MSB is just having a really hard time actually getting any sort of control going, and I think it's because they're being too fast with their attacks. They're not taking their time. Rhea is going to be swapping onto the Reaper, which I guess kind of doubles down on that speed. They're really trying to push in and get these kills quickly, just chunk through the defenders. But you know, with these Mei walls constantly coming out, I just don't think they've got the quick enough comp to try to play this quickly. Tubbs, every time he walks past that choke point, you know, just rushes in there, he's going to get walled off and he's going to get killed. It's just going to happen over and over again. So, you know, we need MSB to learn this lesson here.
Yeah, I think they need to try and get through this without, in a way, without losing anyone early on, because every time they try and push, they lose somebody in some way or form. Like, they either lose it to a dive, they lose it to bad positioning, they lose it to an ultimate or anything like that. I think that the side of MSBH needs to kind of figure out what they're doing as a 6 and then kind of commit to it and kind of just keep everybody up in the process. Nobody going to go down early in this fight. Both beats are going to be used. The Mei ult though, so many ults coming in from both sides here. Rhea gets 1 kill, but Vlad with another big Diva Bomb finds 2. Tubbs and Big Fat Mix going to fall. Boss Valley, Rhea Hunters both going to fall as well. And another good defense. This time Vlad, the one with 4 kills. And some great work. Like Team Goliath all around are doing really well. I mean, Catry already up to another coalescence. Swerves pops off for every fight. Vlad this time the one to get 4 kills instead of Catry. I mean, Bonezo Mei out there made things very awkward on the point as well. We know Mei can be very good on defense too, CP, and right now, with 0 ults online, not even close to a single ultimate, they've really got to step up here if they're going to get a tick.
Yeah, this is looking dire here for MSB. They're going to be pushing straight onto the point, getting past the Mei wall, thankfully for them, but Swerve's already finding the kill onto Marcuso, and Big Fat Mex taken down. Tubbs is gonna fall. That is half of the squad gone for MSB, and a incredible defensive hold again here by Goliath sets themselves up in a great place to take this 2-0. Surprising me for sure.
Yeah, some great work from Goliath here. I think, again, if you're thinking DPS-wise, I mean, I said at the beginning of the game, it's which DPS and which tanks show up. I mean, I think Vlad has really showed up in this game as well as Swerves. I mean, both of them have popped off so far on this Hanamura map. Catry's well worth a shout-out on this Moira. It's been very strong. I mean, it's just being outplayed. Like, Marku, most fights is dying to Swerves. Rhea is dying early on as well. I mean, it's just the fact of, I think for the side of MSBH to kind of do well here, I think it's the matter of supporting their DPS a lot more. I think Marku is too often found in his zone when he's on McCree anyway. He just gets dove and he dies early on. Rhea as well. I think it'd be better
Let's
instead.
Let's get Walnut's opinion. Walnut? What do you think, man? You're the You're the analysis. You're the GM guy. Tell us what's going on here. Tell us what MSB needs to do different.
I think one thing is that you you gotta make sure that your whole team's like all ready with the attack. Because I saw that like in some attacks, it's like, especially with the Mei, you have to make sure you're all together. And I saw sometimes where it's like Tubbs would go in, but nobody else would, and he gets walled off and then he dies. And what I like about Goliath is that I saw Swerve, like, yeah, he would be in the corner window. He would also like, what I'm thinking he's doing is that he's scouting for, so he would tell Bonzo to so when they walk in, it's like he instantly has a wall up there, and then it's they start to pounce, and there's a really strong, it's really strong, and I really do see this synergy between Goliath.
Well, let's let's hope MSB can have quite the same defense so that we can keep this series going a little bit longer. But Goliath playing incredibly strong right now. As we said, they're going to be running that same dive composition we saw out of them on attack on Dorado. It did get stalled out, as we saw, but
He got slaughtered.
not
Did you
working out.
see
Yeah,
that?
as Bonzo just gets smoked there as soon as he walks through the window. And yep, so far we are seeing MSBH with a pretty strong defense. Big Fat Max back on a comfort pick of his on the Zenyatta, so this is definitely going to be where he's at his most dangerous, and I think this is going to be probably the center of what Goliath needs to do is deal with it with Max on the Zenyatta, because you take out that source of that constant damage, those Discord orbs, and it's going to make it very difficult for MSBH to hold this.
I think they need to be super careful keeping Marky alive as well, because if he goes down, there's nothing to do with Bonzo on the farm. We all know how dangerous he can be on these projectile heroes. I think they've really got to be careful there. But Big Fat Mex is going to be the first to fall in this fight. The Res is going to come out. Plague managing to get that up, but Bonzo and Flad both going to pop off, find a kill each. Tubbs, and as I say that, Rhea pops off, does find two with the tie. The Res this time coming in from the defense. Marku gets one as well. No, from the offense, sorry, but Marku, I think, is popping off just a bit too much. And I think this is going to be well, as I say, it might be a fight one.
He got blocked in the corner. Oh no, he had the Mercy and the Baby Diva on him over there. Just both using their blasters on him. Tubbs, though, coming back in, has the Earth Shatter, is going to be looking to turn this around, hopefully, but Swerves finding that kill onto Max. Going to make it very difficult for him to do so. There's the Shatter being laid down, but all he's going to get for it is the mech of Flad, and with Swerve still getting these kills uncontested here, I've got to say this is going to be going the way of Goliath.
That is a huge grab, though. I don't think the follow-up is going to be there. Boss nearly hitting that grab, but again, I think it's a waste of an ultimate. Swerves popping off in that fight again, as you say, going uncontested. I think Marku needed to get that headshot off there, but it's unlucky. Marku tried his best. It's not going to work, and they have grabbed this first point, and now it's their turn to have 5.5 minutes to take just one tick on this point B, and they've won the series 2-0.
Yeah, and they have the ultimates to do it.
well.
Flad coming on in with this self-destruct. He's waiting for his team to engage so that he can throw in the bomb. There it is. Marcuso, though, finding one with the Deadeye, trying to turn things around, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Flad getting Marcuso, getting the mech, and the kills coming in. Just going to be Max, and that is going to be it. Goliath taking this series in a 2-0. Definitely surprising me. Holy cow.
I mean, if you're talking about MVPs in that, I think Swerves and Flad are both
yeah.
definite shouts. Both of them really showed up.
And Bonzo's Mei, man, was absolutely next level. And coming, like, I've been saying for a few seasons, in competitive and watching competitive in this and the OWL and contenders and everything, we don't see Mei very often. So now with this recent buff that she's gotten, it seems like she's actually in a place where we're going to see her hopefully in some more of these competitive scenarios. So I'm definitely excited. Walnut, tell us what we saw there. Tell us what you think some of the major factors were that caused Goliath to come out on top, and what MSB is going to need to improve on going forward.
I think one thing is that Goliath did, especially with, I think their edge is that they have like off meta characters. Like they have like Bonzo on the Mei, and like a lot of teams are like, you usually just see the Tracer, Genji, Soldier, and all that stuff. But with the Mei, it makes it so for what I think, and I think MSBH was not ready for the Mei because they seemed really unorganized, and then Bonzo was just having the time of his life, just having fun with everything. Another thing is that it seemed that in my opinion, I think Focus Fire was another problem for MSBH because I saw that in the last fight, I feel on their attack, I feel like they probably could have gotten kills, but they did not. They did not, and then it was they just won because they had the Goliath had more sustain than them.
Yeah, those second point attacks are not easy on Hanamura, and MSB finding it difficult to like as you said get the sustain to last through those fights. But we are gonna be going on to our next match. Next is going to be Hanamura Cherry Blossoms versus Team Isolation. I was not around for last weekend's tournament. Zig, I believe you were. What did you see out of these two teams coming in here, HCB and Isolation?
I mean, I
What do you
wish I
think?
could say a lot. But I was playing, so I mean, I casted, but I didn't cast on their side. But if we're talking about the tournament before the preseason tournament, HCB did come out with the win. They beat Luna Pumas, who are quite a good side. So, I mean, I'd
course.
probably put them. If I had to predict where they come in this division, I think second or third maybe in the division. I think it's definitely going to be close between. I think they're just about on the level of Saints and Vanquish. I think maybe slightly worse, slightly more things to work on, but I think they are definitely the better team going into this match. I don't really know a lot about Team Isolation. In all honesty, I can't really say much about them, so I've got to give this W to HCB here.
I personally, I've seen HCB, and I feel like they are good, and I know more players from HCB because most of them are my friends and stuff. But I feel like I could see Isolation having the better roster in my opinion. I I feel like HCB is. I feel like it's gonna be an interesting match, like just to say the least. Because I've seen
I
Isolation
think
do work.
Chubby Chewbacca needs to step up though. You see, I mean, I hope it's another Soccer Ben 10 story. If you look at his SR, I hope it's another Soccer Ben 10 story. The platinum carrying.
Oh, Chubby Chewbacca. That's funny. I used to play on or like sub for Legion, and he was on Legion. Chubby's he's a decent player. He's definitely a decent player. So, but yeah, I'm surprised. I think we do see it from time to time where a team has a platinum. He's been in diamond before. He's made it up to as high as 3152, but and then that platinum, like the Soccer Ben 10 was actually a god, just like an insanely good Lucio, and then ended up climbing a lot from playing on a team. I think the experience of playing in this setting really was able to improve Soccer Ben 10 and a lot of other people. I mean, I know I've seen so many people go from that low diamonds to now high masters GM area just from learning the competitive side of the game in our league. It's been really awesome.
I have heard that Isolation have a very good Genji. So that could, I guess, be their biggest strong point. I've got to research a bit more on it, but I've heard stories about how good their Genji is. But again, I think HCB just have too strong a roster. I think definitely Mace Kai is probably the one to watch, as well as their supports. I think Ace and Shadowcat make a good pairing together. AJ10, I think it can be very inconsistent, but it can be very good. Toothless, again, I don't really know too much about. And Kid Hub, again,
can flex a lot. He's played Lucio for teams. He's played off tank for teams. He's played DPS for teams. So I think he could really come about anywhere. But again, we'll have to wait and see.
To answer your question about Toothless, I saw Toothless do work. Like really, I like his Sombra is scary. Like, and I think they used that to win one of the tournaments. It was like, I think it was Hanamura Ninjas that he was playing with for Toothless.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have both teams here, so we should be going into this map anytime now. HTB are going to be on the attack first, team Isolation on the defense. Gold, who are you backing? Who do you think will take?
I gotta stay with you and agree. It's gonna be HCB, and I don't know if it's gonna be a 2-0, but I think that they have what it takes to make it that. I've seen a lot of these players in a lot of situations before, and they got a very strong roster, as you said. I think they definitely have themselves high up in the power rankings in general for this league, and so yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be HCB probably in a 2-0.
Okay, so we are going to be going into this game. I think, yeah, obviously it's Dorado first. We know the map pool, it's constant. Dorado the first map, then Hanamura, then the decider will be Lijiang if it needs to be. But Dorado the first map, it's in Mexico. I mean, I don't really know too much about Isolation. I know they've got a good Genji. Yeah, I've got to be backing HCB as you're saying. I think Mace Kai can be very good in general. I think he will probably be the player to kind of set the difference between these teams. I rate his D.Va as a D.Va player myself in the 6-stack situation. I mean, I don't play D.Va in comp. I don't really know too much about how good he needs to be, but
I'm gonna pause.
in a 6-stack situation, Mace Kai is one to watch as D.Va.
My friend Razor reminding me of something in the chat. First off, Razor, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime and supporting the channel. But just want to remind everyone, as Razor reminded me, that all of you guys could subscribe with Twitch Prime, even if you are new to Twitch, even if you don't even have an account. You can look at that subscribe button up above the player, and if you click on it, it will tell you whether you have a Twitch Prime sub or a Twitch Prime trial sub available for you. And then you can support the channel. You can help us grow the prize pool, help us get our new stream PC that we're working towards, that we can improve the quality of the stream for all of you. It really, really does help, and we definitely appreciate it. But yeah, thank you, Razor, for that sub. Also, yeah, Amateur is posting in the chat a couple of ways that you can support us as well. We just got some T-shirts in. We got T-shirts and hats now. I believe there's some other stuff that we are in the works getting. So, I mean, you can support us by buying merch as well. I mean, Razor, keep telling him, man. Keep telling him.
We're going to thank our sponsors as well. I think, wait, is it CF Esports?
CF Esports, yeah.
Yeah.
CF
Thank you
Esports
very much.
is sponsoring this season of the league, of course.
Sellouts. I'm joking. It's just a resident sleeper. I mean, it has to be done, though, talking about this sort of stuff. It's very, very vital, I think. But it can be very interesting.
Majestic, this is a league. This is the third season of our Diamond and Masters League. So, yeah. Day one of the league. This is a good time to randomly end up in our stream.
You can watch all of it.
I would say. You can, you can watch this season from the very beginning. You're lucky. However, I mean, Isolation having a hard time, maybe connection issues, unfortunately, right now. But we are being a little bit stricter this season about our time and everything, about making sure, connections are good. So I don't know how many more opportunities we can give them, how long we're gonna wait here to get the game going. But
Yeah, I think he might have reset his client. No, not his client. His Overwatch. Yeah, I think maybe a glitch. Maybe couldn't see something. Had to leave, rejoin, leave again, just restart the game. That could have been it. But right, it's going to be 10 seconds before the gates open in our second game. Obviously, Dorado is going to be the map again. HCB in the red on the attack first. On the defense, it is going to be Team Isolation with the dive comp. On the offense, it's going to be Mace Kai. Mace Kai on the Bastion. They're running the Bastion. Bastion Orisa D.Va comp with Toothless on the Widow. But again, he's going to get dove. I think he might go down here. He gets very low. He's not going to fall though.
They are just being aggressive here. Isolation not going to allow this payload to push forward too far before they get on top of it. And Mace Kai actually taken out. Yeah, that anti-nade was absolutely massive, and it's going to allow the kill to come in onto that Bastion, and a little bit more able to be, pushed back here from Isolation. But ooh, that sleep dart onto Ace Trainer as well, gonna slow down this push. But yeah, HCB with the sustain to continue pushing forward and keep their tanks alive at the very least, so they might be able to get this payload rolling through this this choke point before too long.
Cold Batman destroyed Toothless there just with a simple dash combo. Toothless is going to get res, however. Wu-Tang does fall. He's not getting res. AJ Purple again, a good chance to take him out, but they're not going to push up because Mace Kai on the Bastion is just sitting there. They've got to be very careful running this Winston into it because, I mean, if the Bastion just sees him for a second, it's game over for him. Noah Cop is going to lose the mech. It's a good start for the side of the offense. Toothless does pop the Genji Blade though. Is he going to find anything? I know he isn't. Gold Batman gonna fall there. Noah Cop falling as well, and that is going to be a fight one for the side of HCB.
Yeah, and HCB able to hold on to the ult while they do so as well. They did, I think they used Coalescence there, but everything else being held on to, and Mace almost up to the tank form here. So they're going to be coming into the second stage with a decent amount. Of course, the Nano Boost is available here for Team Isolation, so that being mixed with just about anything can be pretty deadly here, but they don't really have, swapping off of the Genji, they're not going to have that Nano Blade value, and so I don't really know if Omni is going to want to stay on the Ana for too much longer here.
Yeah, I think it might be better to switch off the Winston as well, unless you kind of protect him as much as possible. The D.Va Bomb is going to go in, it's going to be huge! Kid Hub finding 3 down, not really sure what the sports are doing trying to hide there. They should have dropped. If they dropped, they would have been simple, they would have been alive, but they tried to risk it, it didn't work. Kid Hub finds a 4th in the fight. Very good D.Va Bomb coming in from Kid Hub. Finding 3, and this payload is going to keep moving on. 53 meters, 54 meters, 55 meters. It is going to keep going. And that is going to be fight one for the side of HCB once again.
And Kid Hub up on this high ground, playing bouncer, not allowing Wu-Tang to get up there and set up anything. He's trying to get onto the back lines and find a support, but just being completely bullied away. With Kid Hub playing an enforcer-style D.Va back here, and really doing a great job of helping his support stay alive and in this fight. Now trying to deny all of the value from both DPS, getting onto Gold Batman, taking out Omni Queen. This is such incredible D.Va play coming in right now from Kid Hub. He is doing everything that he needs to do now, protecting the supports yet again, taking out Wu-Tang there. I mean, through that entire fight, was conscious of where the Tracer was and was not allowing Wu-Tang to get anything more than like 5 bullets out of the clip onto anyone before just getting a defense matrix on top of them. That is exactly what we need to see.
Yeah, Toothless is doing well on this Widowmaker as well, getting the stagger kill with the headshot there, has the sights. That can be very good, especially with the fact that the D.Va Bomb is up as well. I mean, as a D.Va player, I'd love to have sights just to see what you can get here. I mean, this payload's still moving on. They haven't been able to deal with this Bastion. I mean, they need to work a synergy, with synergy to try and take this out. Like, the D.Va Bomb isn't going to find anything. Kid Hub going to get back into bed for free though. Wu-Tang though, it's going to be the first to fall. Ace Chain Long getting the kill there, but Gold Batman is going to pop the tire and make things even. It is 5 versus 5 on the point right now. The mech, Kid Hub losing it. Kid Hub also taking down Noah Cup's mech. Both D.Va mechs are going to be gone. Gold Batman killing Kid Hub as D.Va, and this looks to be going in the way of the side of the defense. Shift there is going to get the pin onto AJ. Tufi is going to fall after he gets a headshot onto Omnix. And that is going to be a fight going in the favor of Isolation.
And they are going to be sticking with this Ana. I mean, it's something I definitely know about Chubby Chewbacca. He loves playing the Ana, but you know, okay, no, it does look like Omni's going back to spawn. Going to be swapping off of Ana finally, coming back out as Moira here. That I definitely think is a good idea. You know, like I said, they don't have the Genji blade really to pair with it. You can kind of throw a Nano onto Reinhardt to help out, but it's nowhere near as strong as it used to be. Gold Batman finding that kill, a couple of kills coming in for isolation, and they found their groove now on this defense. They're looking like they're going to be able to hold strong yet again, but a little questionable to be using the ult they're using right now. I mean, Wu-Tang probably did not need to use that Deadeye there. We do see the self-destruct and the Riptire coming out right now, so they use just about everything that they have there to hold that, and I mean, you know, they held it, but I'm just not, again, I'm not sure whether it's worth it, whether that's the best value that you could get out of those ultimates, and I think they might regret it here, as pretty soon there's going to be some pretty powerful ults coming up for the side of HCB.
I mean, they're close to that Graviton as well. They're only 30% off that. It's a good few energy nades, and there you go. You're set up. Mace Kai also looking fairly powerful, not too powerful, but pretty powerful as well. Like, they are going to push onto Goldman. Goldman doing very well to get out of that one alive. Look at his health. It is super low, but is anyone going to heal him? He's low. He hasn't been healed still. He's going to fall. Some bad support play coming in there from the supports of Isolation. They didn't heal him up for ages. Shadowcat is going to find 2 gold. Batman and Wu-Tang both the DPS on the side of the defense. Going to fall. Chubby Chewbacca, though, being the DPS Lucio of the side of the defense. Going to take down Shadowcat after Chubby Chewbacca avenging 2 of his members. The attack Riptide, though, is going to come in. What's it going to find? It's going to find nothing. Goldman does get the kill onto the tire.
Ooh. Mace, very high charge, has this Graviton, and is going to throw it in, locking 3 inside of it. Going to get those 2 kills with the swinging hammer of AJ, and those kills are going to be what it takes, I think, for HCB to push it in. Just a few stragglers here trying to stop this payload, but it's not going to be enough. That's going to be HCB completing the map with a minute and 8 seconds left here.
Yeah, I think
great Graviton by Mace.
I think the tanks of the defense, as well as the Moira, both of them need to step up. I think a lot of the time AJ and Mace Kai were outplaying the Noah and Shift Stare here, as well as that Omni not really healing too much. I think Walnutter, what do you think? You're an analyst, obviously. I keep forgetting to ask you. What do you think of that?
I personally saw, like, the problem with a lot of teams that include, like, Isolation is that they over ult, and they won. There was a fight in the defense where it's they literally used all their ults. They won the fight, but they were at a pretty big disadvantage because all they had was sound barrier, and then HCB just used that to snowball that into tapping the point. So I think if there's something that Isolation needs to work on, it is not over ult.
Yeah, I think they need that shot caller there to do that. They need to try and commit before the fight which ultimates they're going to be using, which ultimates they're going to pair together to try and get a wipe on the side of HCB. But I mean, that was kind of missing from the side of Team Isolation. That's, I mean, very often with a lot of experience casting, I'm pretty sure Gold will agree. I think that can be the difference between the good and the bad teams, that working together, besides sheer talent in like a player ability and mechanics and player and player
I mean, there are those
anyway.
players who can just like make the plays without ultimates, but you know, sometimes you need to have those ultimates. Sometimes the other team isn't going to open things up for you to make a play unless you have an ultimate to do so with. So I mean, it's just one of those things where you really need to work on the economy. That's where the big skill gap is at the higher ends of this game. So you know, hopefully we see a shift here out of Isolation and more than just their main tank's name. But we will see them coming in up against the triple tank composition here from HCB, playing triple tank into this choke, into this spam heavy kind of area. I think it's going to be very, very strong for HCB and should be successful as long as they're able to keep these tanks and this Moira especially alive.
Yeah, Kid Hub is going to find the first kill as well as the mech onto Noah Cup there. Noah Cup going to fall, and that, again, should be a regroup coming up from Isolation, but they're not really backing up. They're kind of just staying by the choke. There we go. They're backing up now. They're regrouping. They're coming out onto Wu-Tang. Kid Hub and Mace Kai pairing up together with their damage and hook to get the kill, the stagger kill onto Wu-Tang there, and obviously there isn't any res to pick him back up. He's going to be switching over to the Pharah. Omni is going to be on the Mercy. They're going to be running the Pharmacy.
And look at Kid Hub. He has been at incredibly high charge this whole time. Already almost has this Graviton up and ready to go here. Is going to be able to pop that for this fight. And this is just definitely not something that Isolation is even accounting for. I mean, Kid Hub just lit up like a Christmas tree. Is going to be taken down there, though, by a huge Riptire by Gold Batman. Taking down the Moira and the Zarya there. Well, never mind. I was going to say could be fight winning, but then the Riptire comes right back from Toothless Lion, evens the odds, and now, I mean, HCB is still in this thing.
Gold Batman is going to take out Ace Chain Leon as well. I mean, I would have said that was a very clutch kill coming in from the side of the offense, but right, because he had the Graviton, but right, he's back now. And they have the Coalescence and the whole in a second to work out and kind of combo with the Graviton. There's nothing to do with it apart from the defense matrix. They've got to eat it, really. The barrage is going to come in from Wu-Tang. He finds AJ, but it does mean that the side of I mean, pretty. Despite the Graviton coming in from Kid Hub and the ults coming from Mace Kai and Shadowcat as well, that is going to be a fight one for the side of Isolation.
Yeah, so many ults being used there by both sides, but it was Isolation that ended up coming out on top, and this time they did manage to have the discipline to hold on to a few of their ults. Gold Batman, didn't even need to use the Riptire, and to be honest, as Junkrat, there are some situations where you're better off just holding down the trigger and pumping out the grenades rather than using your ultimate, because you're going to do way more damage that way. And you just had a bunch of people standing in front of them, but now Isolation is going to be pushing in with this Primal Rage from Shifts. He's looking around for Toothless, finally finds him, but in the meantime, a couple of kills coming in off of that Earthshatter onto Isolation's backline.
Who Valkyried there? Why is she Valk? That's that is a very questionable use of the Valk coming in from Omni there. She must be switching or something. Surely. No. Okay, that was kind of a waste of a Graviton. No, of a Valkyrie there. Very. No, surely she's switching. Okay, yeah, she's switching. Okay, now on, or he, sorry. Now on the Lucio. Not the best Valkyrie use there. What do you think, Gold?
Yeah, I mean, definitely could have gotten more value. I'm not sure if it was a, an intentional type of thing to switch or what. But sometimes, you just make the choice to pop Valkyrie, and then one of your team dies before you even get out of the animation of it, and there's nothing really you can do about that. It's just an unfortunate reality of that ultimate. But we do see the sound barrier coming out from the defense. Toothless with the Deadeye trying to delay, but no, the self-destruct from Noah is going to find him. He's not able to move quickly enough and get out of channeling that ultimate, and so a couple of kills coming in from Isolation right now could make the difference. That Graviton and the bomb, the Graviton and the bomb from Mace Kai. That's gonna be enough.
the minute I saw those ults, I was like, oh no, he's dead. They're all gonna die, and that's exactly what happened. They all just dropped like a oh my, like they all just fell to their knees, just like no please. The combo of the tanks coming in from Kid Hub and Mace Guy is going to allow the side of HCB to win for yet another fight. Now only 1 minute 40 left for the side of Isolation to get this second point.
Yeah, and AJ almost up to the Earthshatter here. Is going to be able to lay down the hammer now with that Fire Strike, completing his ult percentage. And so just looking for the opportunity to do so, jumping over the top of that shield and knocking down Omni Queen, finding that pin on the Shift. Great tank play coming in right now from AJ, opening things up for his team to win this fight pretty handily. And another 30-40 seconds delayed off the clock here. AJ is going to get taken down, but
some great
less than a minute to go here
as well. I think Yeah, with less than a minute to go, Mace Kai and Kid Up, and AJ, that fight really popped off. I mean, AJ, I think could be quite inconsistent, but today he was really showed up on this one. He's been an unsung hero for so far in this series, but he really has been the one to outplay Shift, and a lot of times people have played up his positioning and they've managed to do it. The Earthshatter is going to be used from Shift. It does take down one, but nothing going to be followed up. The Kid,
a huge Riptire.
Woo, baby, coming up with 3. Shadowcat, AJ, and Mace Kai all going to fall, and this payload is going to keep moving.
And the patience with that tire was huge there. Just waited until after no one was really paying attention. They were recovering from that Earth Shatter that you were talking about. The EMP coming in from Wu-Tang, a little bit unnecessary, but a couple of kills from Isolation should mean they're able to do it.
I'm not really sure about the grab usage, in all honesty.
Yeah, and Chubby Chewbacca using the Coalescence as well. I mean, now they're coming in. They have a little over a minute left on the clock to complete this map. There's no way they complete it with more time than
5 ults as well.
Than HCB. But like they used 3 ults there after the fight was already won. They used the EMP, the Grav, and the Coalescence there after the fight was already won. So now Isolation only has the Sound Barrier available. They're about to have the Earth Shatter, but now, yeah, look, we see the huge initiation here. The Graviton and the Self-Destruct again. So now Isolation just needs to let themselves die so that they actually have time for a full fight, but only the few ults used there by the side of HCB means they still have a couple available for this last fight. Gonna probably have the Sound Barrier pretty close as well. I mean, this is just, as we mentioned earlier, better economy coming in from HCB.
I mean, what you look to do when you're running this D.Va Bomb and the Graviton combo, obviously you look to throw the Grav and get as many as possible, and then what AJ does is pins the Reinhardt as the D.Va Bomb comes in, so they have no shield to do with it, and anybody in that Graviton will literally instantly die. As well as that, they have good ultimate economy to keep the Shatter and the Coalescence Center coming close to a beat as well. Gold Batman is going to be the first to fall as well, quite unlucky from his part. He hasn't fallen a lot. He's kind of been the one that, the one resistance in the side of Isolation's doing well here. He's clutched when he's needed to, but Toothless this time the Junkrat's pop off, finding through. Kid Up takes down his fellow Zarya. Toothless finds a 4th in that fight, and nobody is going to be able to touch the car. It is a 3-2 win in the first map of the series, going to the side of HCB.
Yeah, I mean, HCB just playing the better team game there, really. They, coordinating which ults are going to be used and when. And as you said, not only using the ults at the same time, but throwing them in. We'll see it right here. There's the pin coming in. Didn't actually get the pin fully onto Shift, but knocked him out of the way, so his shield didn't matter. I mean, it's just that coordination, using the abilities at the right time to open things up for your teammates, and that's what we're seeing out of HCB and not so much out of Isolation. So, I mean, just great stuff so far. HCB up 1-0 now, and we'll be going on to Hanamura, their home map. And I gotta say, if that's actually the case, I like their chances here.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, if you're looking at Team Isolation, whoever's shot calling for them needs to step up. They need to kind of work on their ultimate economy. Gonna get Walnut's opinion here. What are you thinking of this series so far?
I think Isolation needs to just work on, in my opinion, what I saw the most that they need to work on is ultimate usage. Not just like using them at the right time, but just using them correctly. For example, like they kind of screwed themselves over by over ulting, and also by what I saw like the most prominent example of that is that Omni Queen's Valkyrie, and Valkyrie's a team winning ultimate, and to just throw that away just like that, it really does screw you up, because that could be a fight that you could have won because with that Valkyrie, but instead that you use it at the wrong time and you kind of mess yourself up, and it messes up your ult economy, so kind of just like a double whammy right there.
I think
AJ10, honestly, my MVP so far has got to be AJ10. I mean, you can talk about Mace Kai with some great diva bombs. I mean, that's not you don't see that too little of the time from Mace Kai. He does it a lot, but as well as that, Kid Hub on Zarya being very good. But I think AJ10, you could think of it this way: he's kind of the key that allows HCB to make all those plays. The pin onto the Reinhardt with the diva bombs that allows them to get triple kills every time they combo with the Graviton. Kid Hub with the energy, AJ10 the one getting him most of that. And AJ10 on his own outplaying shifts. I think he is the one to watch so far in the series. I think, obviously, Mace Guy, yeah, as I was saying, I think the tank play in general from HCB has been very, very strong. As well as that with Shadowcats, Moira healing, and Ace Trainer Leon shot calling on Lucio. I think him as like them as a unit, I think that works really well. But AJ10, with that AJ10's ability and how he's been playing, if he plays well, like which he has been doing, I think. If he wasn't playing well, it would be a lot harder for the side of HCB to do these combos.
Yeah, well, they are certainly all playing up to snuff right now. I think definitely AJ is a lot of what is causing their success right now. But we saw a great Zarya play out of both Mace Guy and Kid Hub on that last map, and honestly, having the ability to swap between the two of them playing Zarya, and I know Mace is capable on some DPS roles, and Kid Hub very capable on DPS roles as well. I mean, just having that flexibility for this team gives them the ability to do so much, and really showing that versatility here. We'll see. I mean, Isolation now going to be trying to go with a slow push forward comp here. It looks like trying to just, I guess protect their backlines mostly, but I'm not really sure against what. You can't run these slow comps into the Junkrat that you know is going to be there, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. And I mean, Kid Hub just going to eat that right up.
Oh, the pin comes in. Mace Kai is going to be the first full. Kid Hub, though, taking down Noah. It's 1 kill each for the Junkrat. Kid Hub already at the Riptire does take down Wu-Tang, and that looks to be a fight going in the favor of the defense, especially with the fact that now Mace Kai has been resin. Shifts goes down to Kid Hub as well. Kid Hub popping off on this DPS right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, man, you're just running this slow walk forward comp. I mean, you're never going to be able to find your way through this Hanamura first choke point with a Reinhardt. I mean, like the speed boost does help, but you just have to walk through a spot, and even if you're going through quickly, you have to walk through 3-4 grenades as a team before you can get through there. So, I mean, it's just working exactly the way Kid Hub would hope right now. He's just spamming forward, already 60% of a way to his second Riptire, and I mean, just I don't even want to say he's playing well. It's just we're not seeing Isolation make the decisions they need to deal with that. I mean, except getting these kills now. Those are helpful decisions.
Toothless though, just get the kill onto Wu-Tang, but as I say that, he's going to go down as well. Gold. Again, as I said in the first map of the series, it really has been Gold trying to lead the side into taking this. I mean,
ooh,
a good Graviton mode coming out.
That's
huge, actually. They might turn this around. It's close between both the teams right now. And he got booped now! Noah can't pop the hog, and they got booped off the map. So this looks to be going in the way of the defense. Wu-Tang has switched to the Pharah to try and get this. To try and exploit the fact that they're not running a hit scan. Toothless on the Genji Kid Up on the Junkrat, obviously. Both of them have ults. But again, there's nothing to do with the Pharah and you've got to be expecting Wu-Tang to pop off.
Yeah, I mean, Wu-Tang definitely has the space to work with here. Not really any sort of answer to that Pharah. Both teams popping the sound barriers. Wu-Tang does find the kill onto the Riptire at the very least. But it's actually the rest of the team here for Isolation doing most of the work, trying to get these kills on this point and finding them, it looks like. So Isolation should manage to capture this. Yeah, just going to be Toothless, who finally is taken down here. And Isolation is going to take this first point. They had to use everything in the book to do so, though. So moving forward, going to have this Earth Shatter for shifts, but it's going to be a little bit before they've got anything else online.
Cop is going to jump off the map to try and get his mech back. I believe that is what's going to happen there. He's got his mate back. Respawns 4.5 minutes, just about to try and take this. Second point on Hanamura. I mean, they're going to be looking to try and. I think the best thing they can do is play the point, try and position, get a Reinhardt D.Va Bomb combo. I think that's probably the best thing that can happen. They've got to try and bait out this Graviton as well. Try and do an economy push to get that Graviton out. Macekai does have it with the Genji Blade as well. They've just got to go in, got all guns blazing, just not use anything, just try and drain that Graviton Genji combo, try and get that to be used. Especially with the fact that Chubby doesn't have that transcendence to work with it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they, I mean, they're just taking a little bit to even get fully grouped up here outside. Wu-Tang missing a few rockets there onto Toothless, who is a little bit out of position. We do see the Graviton coming in. Mace is going to be taken down immediately, but the kills coming in here on both sides.
Why are they doing that? They've already lost their whole team. Wu-Tang just uses Justice there for some reason. I mean, if they kept Justice, they would have been looking very good going into this point. But again, now they don't have Justice. Wu-Tang are going to switch over to that Tracer. They are close to that Transcendence to try and deal with the Tap Visor, maybe. Kidab does have it up again. Kidab really playing well on this DPS on this map.
Yeah, well, he's been completely uncontested here. He's been up on this high ground, and every time they try to push up there, he just repositions. And you know, as soon as he moves, they just give up on him. It doesn't seem like they have the dedication to actually dealing with him as a threat. And until you do that, you know, he's just going to keep popping off, keep doing work. We do see a few members here of Isolation trying to commit to this point. The kills are coming in. Both supports are down here from Gold Batman, and he continues to pop off, getting Macekai as well. So the kills here mostly coming from Gold Batman on the Junkrat right now. But they managed to get the kills, and they are going to get a little bit of control on this point. 2 ticks up, and they look like they might be able to finish this off.
Yeah, some very good stalling coming in from Shadowcat on this. Mercy, she hit the res onto Ace. And again, he has that transcendence, so that's going to be used. But again, I don't think it's going to be enough for the side of the defense to win this fight. Shift does get a good pin onto Macekai, stopping him from getting back in that chip there. Also taking down Ace. The D.Va Bomb is going to come in. Nobody's going to be able to touch. And that is both points coming in for the side of Team Isolation with 2 minutes and 7 seconds to spare.
And great job by Isolation on that attack to be patient there at the end, and you know, make sure they were really sustaining themselves, really keeping themselves all up, and keeping their good positioning on that point. You know, to finish that capture off completely. Yeah, I mean, they definitely did a good job. Wow, Walnut, what do you think? You know, we're gonna see here out of Isolation on the defense, and you know, what do we see there on their attack that made them so successful?
I think from what I saw that I feel like Gold's really strong on that Junkrat, like, especially with a Mercy damage boost. With that damage boost, it's basically like you don't get in the sight of Gold or else you're gonna die, and I feel like that's what they're trying to embrace for Isolation, and that's what won them the fight, or the point.
I think he has really been the driving force. Anytime that they've kind of tried to get this point, Gold has been the one to clutch out. He's been getting these Riptides, he's been getting these just normal kills on Junkrat. I think, yeah, they support him, they keep him up. That's their best chance of taking this W. But right now it is going to be HCB's turn to attack. I think Macekai will be switching over to the D.Va, and Kidab will be on the Zarya. That's probably what I'd predict. Ace Chain Leon probably going on to the Lucio. Yeah, there it is. Ace Chain Leon on the Lucio. I doubt if Kidab stays Widow, in all honesty. I could see him going on to Zarya early on. If he stays on Widow, that's very interesting though. Okay, no, there it is. He's on the Zarya, exactly as I said. They're running the trip attack. They're running pretty much the same thing they run on Dorado. The gates are opening. It is their turn to attack, and let's see how they do.
Man, this is, you know, definitely a composition we tend to see a lot right now, these tank-heavy compositions with the Moira, but Isolation, I think, might be predicting this. They've got Wu-Tang on the Reaper, and they're just going to be answering these tanks with this chunk damage. They've already got 2 kills, and without that speed boost, now without the Moira, yeah, nothing that HCB is going to be able to do here. So they are going to be taking a quick little break to regroup here, and yeah, and come back out as a full 6. Look for some other way of approaching this. Toothless going to be swapping onto the Pharah instead of the Genji. So, you know, triple tank with Pharah up in the air, providing the overwatch, as it were. We'll see if that's enough for HCB here.
Yeah,
Very
I mean,
good,
they're forced to
discipline.
play on the point. Look at it. Look at who they're running. They're running Reaper, Junkrat. They've got to play on this point. I mean, that's their plan anyway. But now they're kind of forced to. They can't really push out of the point. Otherwise, that Pharah is just going to take advantage. Right now, no kills coming in from either team. AJ10 is going to get low. He's going to fall to the shotguns of Wu-Tang with the traps. Help. He got stuck in the trap. The Junkrat is going to come out, I believe, from the side of the defense. Who's it going to find? It's going to find Ace. Gold Batman does go down, but I think it might be too much for the side of the defense. Now, for the side of the offense take, especially with the fact that Gold Batman has been res.
Yeah, Noah is hitting some nice hooks here. He picked Shadow out of the air, was not able to get the kill completely, but a huge hook, just pulling that Mercy down. And I mean, you know, so far, just as you said, denying a lot of value of that Pharah Mercy by just staying inside. You know, there's not much that the Pharah can do when there isn't the space to work with. But Kid Hub getting that kill onto Gold Batman, that could pretty much be the end, as we've seen Gold Batman be a huge part of winning all of these fights here. Toothless with the Rocket Barrage now. There's the Death Blossom from Wu-Tang, though, picking up 2 and the mech before he's taken down.
Yeah, good. Good Death Blossom coming out from Wu-Tang now. Saw him teleport into that high ground. I was like, yep, that's going to happen. The res as well coming onto Wu-Tang. I think that might have been a debate, in all honesty. I think Gold Batman positioned very aggressively, just died early on. Made sure he died as early as possible so he could get back, and that allowed... I think Wu-Tang, I mean, as well, just one ultimate coming out. No, sorry, 2 ultimates as Chubby used Coalescence as well. There's still some very, very good work from Team Isolation. Kind of feeling a Korean strat there, kind of debating them to a push, and then popping a combo there. The Graviton is going to come in. The Diva Bomb is going to come too. Is it how many is it going to get? It's going to get 1. No Cup is going to fall. A good start coming out from inside the offense. AJ10 though going to die as well. They're focusing him for free. He's not going to be res as well. There it is. The red's going to come in. AJ just have that shatter. There it is. He's going to use it. Noah Cup going to fall. Is he going to go? He's going to die again. This looks to be going well in terms of the offense here. They're 5-3 up. Make that 5-2. Make that 5-1. And Chubby should be falling as well here. And that after 3 minutes and 30 seconds, that is going to be a take coming in for the side of HCB.
Yeah, and a great job there being done by Isolation to stall that much time off the clock, and now they are in a very, very good spot here on this second point. As you know, we saw a whole lot of time eaten up on HCB's attack, or sorry, rather on Isolation's attack, trying to take the second point. If they're able to eat up even half of this time, then they are going to be looking really, really good going into extra rounds.
That's a big kill.
And yeah, Gold Batman with 3 huge kills there on the Junkrat. Going to be turning this around very, very quickly. You know, AJ doing everything he can right now, but he is just a giant German man with a hammer. There's only so much that he can do to carry these fights.
I mean, that gold, I think, kind of saved them there. They had the Valkyrie, they had, again, I think if he didn't get those kills, Shadow could have vouched, and with the attack boost and amount of healing that you get from that, that could have allowed the side of HCB to take that. But that was a very good kill coming from Gold Batman, as well as taking down Ace, Chain Leon and Kid Hub. Some very good work coming in from the side of the defense, especially Gold Batman on this Junkrat. Nobody going to die early just yet, but Shifts and Chubby to back up are both going to fall early. The Valkyrie is going to be used for Omni, but she's going to fall as well. Mace Guy getting the kill there. The Diva Bomb is going to come out from the side of the defense. It's not going to find anything. The Graviton coming out from Kid Up is going to allow Wu-Tang to die. I think this might be exactly what the side of the offense are wanting, but Gold Batman just take down AJ10 and Toothless though, taking down Omni. The res coming up onto AJ10. It's looking good for the side of HCB now. It's going to touch. They're on the point though. They've got 3 back. AJ10 stuck in the trap. Is he going to fall? No, not just yet. Macekai does get the kill on Shift. Toothless just popped the Genji Blade. Finding Gold Batman.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang also going to go down. And this is exactly what you want to be a HCB right now.
Yeah, this is the cleanup coming in right now for HCB. They are staying alive throughout this, but Shifts with the pin onto Shadowcat, going to remove a lot of that sustain. And as we've seen, just one kill can make the difference here. 2 ticks are here, but that might not be enough. AJ, though, getting the kills, fighting both the DPS. The self-destruct is there, and it looks like there should be enough. But Shifts back up, back alive, is able to, no, not able to find anything. And there it is, actually completing in almost exactly the same amount of time. 3 seconds more on the clock here for HCB than we saw for Isolation, but very evenly played so far here on Hanamura.
Very close between these two teams right now. I think, wow, it's some great play coming in from both teams here. This is a good series to watch. 2-2 on Hanamura. We know Hanamura can be a great map for watching some good play, as we saw in the World Cup ages ago. I think, I mean, if you're going to predict a map for everything to go down, it's going to be Hanamura, I feel. What's your opinion on this series after it being 2-2 Walnut?
What I think is that Isolation Stall's really good. Like, if I'm not mistaken, HCB got in the point at like 3:30, at 3:30, or like at 4 minutes, and they got it all the way down to almost 2 minutes. And I feel like it was a really good stall by Isolation, but also a pretty bad focus fire at the end, because I feel like they could have got more time if they focus fire more.
It is the second attack for Team Isolation right now. 3 seconds less than HCB on their first round is going to mean that they attack first here. And the side of the defense running the Orisa Hog combo with the spam of Kid Hub and Toothless on the Soldier on the high ground, I believe. Yeah, on the top right. Shift. I don't know why they're not pushing there. They need to kind of push in here, but no. Shift theirs is just going to be focused early on. He's going to go down. This looks to be going in the favor of the defense. But as I say that,
yeah, AJ getting picked out there, out of position, but Toothless is just up here on this high ground, able to just lay down so much damage, and all of the Moira heals are dedicated to keeping his target, that Zarya, alive. And so yeah, he's able to just stay up here. No one really contesting him again, as we saw before. If we have a soldier just able to sit up on a high ground, and you don't have a D.Va or a Winston or anyone able to fly up there and get in his face, it's going to be very, very difficult to make any sort of push last. Noah on the D.Va, and now shifts on the Winston here. So it does look like they're going to be putting a lot more attention onto dealing with Toothless here on the soldier. At the very least, just zoning him out a little bit.
Yeah, some good work there. Again, coming in from the side of the defense, just making sure that they get the spam through. And again, it makes it so hard to push through, especially with the fact that they have so little heals. They need to really be careful of that spam. The tire is going to come out. Kid Up taking down his fellow Junkrat. Gold Batman going to fall to that tire. AJ10 and Toothless working together to take down Noah. Wu-Tang also going to fall in now with 30 seconds left on the board. They've got to get on this point, and I'm not sure if they can do it.
Yeah, Toothless with the tactical visor up here, has the Mercy with the Valkyrie up to keep him alive, damage boost him if he needs it. This is looking like it's going to be HCB's fight to win. And I mean, we do see Noah trying to get up here onto Toothless and keep him from getting the value out of that attack visor. Both the tanks jumping on him, but he just sprints away with his biotic legs. Omni is going to be the first to fall here. The attack already without one of their supports, and now Toothless with the attack visor is actually going to be taken down by that Riptire, but I'm not sure whether that's going to be enough here. Gold Batman doing everything he can, but he too is going to fall.
I mean,
and that's going to be it.
Ticks.
A nice
ticks
defense.
coming
Nice
in.
defense.
I think, in all honesty, I've got to be feeling sorry for Gold Batman right now, because he really has been doing all he can. I mean, he's really been playing well, but I mean, the rest of his team not really giving him too much support. I think
he's yeah. Again, as I was saying, he's doing a lot, but the rest of his team not really helping him out too much. I think the supports need to step up. If I was saying anything particular from the side of Isolation, I don't think team comp wise, I don't think that's a good idea as well. Running Lucio Zen into spam in general, the amount of healing that they do, you need to be so efficient when diving, and they just didn't really do that. And now the pressure's on them to hold for 2 minutes 10.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be very difficult for them to do. You know, it's this first point on the Hanamura is definitely one that's not that difficult to take. But I mean, we've seen a lot of teams running just these kind of like slow, methodical comps into Junkrat, and I just like I can't say enough how much of a mistake I think that is. Walnut, what do you think we need to see here out of Isolation in order to at least make a tie happen here?
The Isolation needs to make sure that the supports need to make sure that nobody dies. If anyone dies, even if they win the fight, they're gonna be coming back really late, and that could be the difference between a win and a tie. And
Right now they are going to be.
Wow.
They are coming through. Gold Batman taking out Toothless. I mean, that's exactly what you want on the defense, isn't it? Gold Batman popping off, just take down the fire. The rest, though, is going to be coming in, but then Shallow going to fall as well. Gold Batman really popping off, finds both members of the pharmacy. Toothless is still alive, though, however. Mace Kite is going to lose the mech, and this looks to be a fight going in the favor of the defense.
Yep, Kid Hub in the back lines right now on this Tracer, was trying to, you know, pull people back to the point, but unable to really do so before his team suffered the consequences. Toothless Lion getting caught again, and yeah, it's going to be going down. Might be seeing a little bit of a swap here out of HCB. Kid Hub in spawn right now. Yeah, it's going to be swapping onto the Zarya. So they're going to be going with the triple tank with Winston, Zarya, D.Va. So a very dive-heavy triple tank coming in right now from HCB. Definitely something that can be very successful on this map. Wu-Tang abandoning that high ground is on the point with his team right now on the Soldier 76.
Oh, that's huge.
This
That's
might be a
start.
problem. Yeah, AJ gonna get that kill on the Gold Batman, so it's only gonna be Wu-Tang available for the DPS right now. And Chubby Chewbacca falling here. That is about all she wrote right now. Isolation using both of their healers, and the damage that is coming in is completely permanent. HCB just needs to clean this up, and as percentage going up, it looks like it's going to be a HCB taking the series 2-0.
I mean, AJ10 coming off with that. I think the single kill of the series, in a way to put it. I mean, if you're going to kill anybody at any time, it needs to be him then. I mean, he had the Gold Batman had the tire. If he was alive, he would have been able to use him, maybe even get a wipe. But it wasn't to be, and the side of HCB do take the series. Right, so I have to go now. It's been a pleasure casting. I've got to warm up for my game, which is soon. Good luck to you, Gold. It's been a pleasure casting, and I'll catch you guys later.
Good luck, Zig. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, yeah, that was Zigzag. Zigzag is on Saints, even though, you know, I told him can't play on a team if he wants to cast with me. He's just, you know, what can you do? What can you do? Yeah, Walnut. I mean, tell us, man. What did you see there that you think made the difference?
I definitely saw. I feel like the thing with Isolation is that they have a really good player, and I feel like that's Gold, but I feel like they rely on him too much, and I feel like them as a team need to get stronger together and not just rely on Isolation. And one thing I do want to point out and kind of want to shout out was Shadowcat's Mercy. She did really well in my opinion. And in the last fight of the defense, she was at like 1 health, but she stayed alive and didn't have to Valk, and then she Valked in the end. And I feel like Shadow is a really strong Mercy, especially in the league, because you know everyone now is not really playing Mercy because you know Moira's a thing.
Right. All right. Well, we are going to be getting our next lobby together here. Let me just take a look and see what our next teams are. We're going to have uh, this Vanquish and Skybound Lightning, I think I'm seeing. So, yeah. I'm going to take a quick minute to go get a drink and stuff like that. But yeah, we will be coming right back pretty shortly for our next matchup, so don't go anywhere.
Do you want me to get the? Oh, okay.
You can do whatever you like, baby boy.
Don't call me baby boy, but okay, I'm gonna go. All right. All right. So it seems that we have both teams. And I. So we have Skybound and then we have Vanquish. I personally believe that Vanquish is gonna win because I feel like they have the stronger roster, in my opinion. And I've seen them play, and it's almost to the level of like a low GM team, and it's pretty nice. And we'll be right back as we wait for Gold to come back. Wait, okay. Amateur, I'm gonna start something new, and you just gotta take it with an open mind, okay?
All right, I'm back. We got our teams in here, and we're going. We're in there. All right, Skybound and Vanquish gonna be the next matchup here. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to seeing the return of Blue Ninja, reincarnated as a tank player now. So I'm definitely excited for that.
Well, I just want to say, you missed a lot. Not really, but you could.
Was
I
it
was-
the elevator music? I heard that.
I was playing some elevator music, but then I started playing something else at the end before you came back.
I heard the Jeopardy. Was it Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Nice,
I,
dude. As long
I
as
was
it's
about to-
nothing copyrighted. Don't play anything copyrighted and get our VODs muted. All right, that's a pretty great way to get fired from the casting team. Kappa, just kidding.
All right.
You
so,
can't get fired from the casting team.
because I'm not the casting. You get the point. It's just don't play anything copyrighted. All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
No copyrights. We don't wanna get the VODs muted. Anyways, we
Watch separate.
we're gonna see Skybound on the defense here first, and Blue Ninja showing us the Road Dog. They've got Lion Claw on Reaper, Name on the Junkrat here, so it looks like they are going to be trying to answer any kind of dive that's coming in. Just be very aggressive on this choke point, and have the damage to follow up on these Orisa pulls. All right, we'll see the dive coming in. It seems from Vanquish. They are going to have Winston Diva and Tracer Genji for their DPS. Although Leonidas just blinking immediately back to spawn, doesn't like what he sees, and is going to swap. Instead of Tracer, going to be playing the Pharah here. So looking to find an opening that way, but Lion Claw getting that kill onto Doorstopper. And that is going to be a pretty effective end to that push. I mean, without that main tank available, Vanquish, a very hard time. Yeah, and now losing the off tank as well, or at least the mech for the off tank. So far, Skybound holding strong here at this choke. Kid Deadpool is on the swapping off of Zenyatta onto Mercy now as well, so going to be putting a little bit more eggs into the Leonidas basket, trying to make sure that this Pharah can get the work done that is necessary here. We'll see whether that ends up happening. So far, we've seen pretty disciplined play out of Skybound, not really opening up the angles for that Pharah to be hitting many shots. Regardless, though, Leonidas with the Rocket Barrage, not finding any kills, even with that. Going to have the sound barrier eating up a lot of the damage, and Leonidas has to just back away with 14 HP after a somewhat embarrassing Rocket Barrage there. So far, a very, very strong hold by the side of Skybound. They've got both their DPS ults, and Blue Ninja almost up to a whole hog as well. Vanquish going to have the Dragon Blade and the Sound Barrier though, so Sending a Genji in with that extra shielding can be very dangerous. Ooh. He has the Bant eating that Riptire and just barely staying in the mech though. But here is Ace Louis going in with the Dragon Blade. Does find the kill onto Albs and Doc before being taken down there. A couple of ults being used. Lion Claw does manage to find one, well, the mech at least, with the Death Blossom. But yeah, it is Vanquish taking this fight. That, as I said, that Sound Barrier Dragon Blade coming in, you know, 1,000 health Genji with a speed boost and a whole lot of shields is able to do a lot of work. And Vanquish snowballing this fight since then. And it looks like they're going to be able to continue pushing this forward and take this point. But a good job being done by Skybound, holding for as much time as they did and forcing, forcing time off the clock. Vanquish with just over 3 minutes now to get it through the Streets phase. But on the defense, I mean, they do have the Supercharger available, so the possibility that they can slow things down here. And yeah, Leonidas being taken down before this fight could get started, forcing Kid Deadpool out into the open, and the hook was waiting for him. Both supports now down here for the side of Vanquish as they are getting eaten up after that one kill onto Leonidas. Everything kind of turned around the other way, and Skybound now finding their footing here on the second point defense. They've got a few ults available. The Sound Barrier here is going to be huge. Does manage to keep a couple people alive through that Dragon Blade being pulled out yet again. Louis not able to make it happen that time. We do see the Supercharger, but it's going to be taken out as well as 3 others by that self-destruct. Has the Bants with an absolutely massive ultimate there. And it seems like this angle is where we're going to see all the big Diva bombs today. We saw one in our last matchup, and now again has the Band showing us some great bomb placement there, picking up 3 kills. So Skybound, despite managing to find themselves, have lost themselves again. Blue Ninja with the whole hog is going to be looking to turn things around here, but with Doc already down and Lion Claw getting very, very low, he's going to be taken out as well. So it looks like Vanquish is going to be taking this one. Blue Ninja, using that whole hog, is going to be able to get Bant out of the mech, but I don't think much more. Actually, he's going to be able to take Bant down, but he's going to be taken down himself. Yeah, Vanquish is looking to be able to finish this off here. A little bit of stall still coming in right now from the side of Skybound, but I don't know how long it's going to last. They do get a few numbers on the point at a time here, so it's a little bit more stall, but, you know, Ninja swapping onto the Diva just to give them that extra stall means that he's nowhere near an ultimate. I mean, Skybound right now doing a great job of holding strong. There is a Death Blossom from Lion Claw able to find Mega Mulani, and he's gonna stay alive for the time being. I mean, this is just insane stuff by Skybound. They so far have not given this point over, and at the very least, eating up all of this time off the clock, forcing these ultimates out of Vanquish in order to capture this. Finally, they do, but all of that extra effort being expended there to do so. Great stall there coming in from Skybound. And on the other hand, the focus fire from Vanquish was definitely lacking, so. Alright, but Vanquish getting set up, unable to get anything really going here, as both their supports are going to be taken out. As the Band's the only one with an ultimate left over after that last fight. Has the self-destruct, but not going to be able to use it that time. 3 ults available on this defense now. They used a couple of them to hold that last push, but going to have the bomb, the Primal Rage, and the Sound Barrier here for what is coming up, and is going to be the last fight of this this attacking run here for Vanquish, most likely. Self-destruct and the Sound Barrier here for Vanquish need to be huge. Ace Louis getting close to the Dragon Blade, and that right there could be the game changer. But Mulanni going to be using his Sound Barrier early here before that Dragon Blade can come out. Louis does have the blade, but it's going to be less that very important healing. So I mean, we'll see whether he's able to get as much done with it. It's Bance who does find one with the self-destruct, and finally the kills are coming in for Vanquish. They're getting the advantage in this fight, and it is going to be Vanquish rolling this payload forward in the end. So we're in overtime. Vanquish cannot get off the point for any extended period of time, and the ults are available here for Skybound, so we'll see if they're able to make something happen with them. We do see Doc with the Primal Rage, but Name jumping in gets erased. Lion Claw picks up 2 though with the Death Blossom, gets booped straight into, has the Bance there. Gets the nice finish on him. Doorstopper, even with the Primal Rage, not able to last. And so that is going to be a hold there in the end, but from Skybound. But you know, it was a pretty good attack from Vanquish. There were several points where it looked like they're going to be held up, and they managed to overcome, you know, a bit of a disadvantage to come out on top. So, hey, Walnut, man, how do you think they were able to do that?
I mean, one thing is that, especially on the attack, you really do need to have good focus fire, and I feel like from what we saw from Vanquish, I think I do agree that their focus fire is lacking. And I honestly feel like they really do have a chance. As long as they focus the right targets, they should be able to win.
Yeah, I mean, where it really has been a problem, I think, is finishing off those objectives. And you know, when the spawn advantage is favoring the defense, you really need to become better about focus fire. That's when it's even more important. And you know, we're seeing it be important on this map for sure, but it's going to be even more important on Hanamura. And you know, if they're not able to get that focus fire together, there's no way they're ever going to be able to take Hanamura second point. You know, that is really a test in focus fire. And you know, if they're not able to pull that together, it's going to be a real challenge here for Vanquish. But it is going to be Skybound with their opportunity to attack now. So I mean, Vanquish with a decent attack themselves, you know, could possibly make it so that Skybound doesn't even get to contest them. So you know, it's definitely a two-sided coin. We'll see what Skybound is capable of. They're going to be running a dive composition with a Widowmaker, it seems, as Name is, well, maybe Name is going to be swapping off the Widow. Instead, going to be going Genji, so they are going full dive, it would appear. Ooh, but Blue Ninja already out of the mech, and JX Alb's already down. Well, that is not a good thing for them. Name as well, taken down very low and finished off by Ace Louis, so right now, we're seeing Skybound just shut down in the like around the first stretch. Doc somehow managing to stay alive right now. Very, very slippery monkey behind enemy lines. Manages to make it back. Oof. But right now, Skybound having a hard time even getting out their own front door. And the Riptire coming in already from Ace Louis finds Lion Claw. So slowing this attack down yet again. A wonderful job being done right now by the side of Vanquish just to stall things out. Just stalling things out. Doc going to be pushing through the choke, and after being caught in a trap, finally getting through. We do see Leonidas with attack visor. It takes out Name, and that is going to be probably enough again to hold this push. Blue Ninja out of the mech, Lion Claw taken down here. So Vanquish once more holding on. Mega Mulaney has the Valkyrie up and ready to go. On the other side, we're going to see Blue Ninja actually swapping off of the D.Va onto Zarya here. But Lion Claw with the Pulse Bomb, Name with Dragon Blade here. I mean, they just need to get the heals out, really. We're seeing Albs, we're seeing Doc and Name down low for way too long here. There's the sound barrier coming in, but Ace with the Riptide just gonna wait for it to wear off and then comes in and gets the kills anyways. Vanquish using that supercharger to great effect. It was the supercharger and the Valkyrie coming in as well as the whole hog. So a lot of ults being used for that one fight, but we are coming up on the end here. Just under a minute left for Skybound to attack, and they need to find some sort of answer. We're going to see the attack visor again from Leonidas, maybe finding something, but not actually able to. Does have that pocket from Mega Mulaney, but there is the Dragon Blade coming in right now. Not going to actually find anything for Name Day Age. It's going to be Ace who finds that kill onto Jabba, and all of right now, Skybound falling one by one. And it looks like they're going to be taking the L in this fight as well. A very late kill onto Lion Claw. 10 seconds left on the board here. Skybound gonna have a hard time even touching this Riptire, keeping them at bay. We do see the speed boots coming in, so at the very least, Name able to... No, not able to touch! Getting booped away by Ace Louie at the last second. Absolutely huge play by Ace. He knocks him off, not able to trigger the overtime. And that's going to give him the win here. Vanquish up 1-0. That was a very, very awesome play there by Vanquish, and I gotta say, I don't know which team I was favoring going into this. I've seen both of these teams, a lot of these players on either side competing throughout all seasons of the AGL, throughout many of our tournaments in the past, and I see a lot of really good talent in this lobby right now. So it's definitely one of those that I consider to be a toss-up, but right now Vanquish definitely playing lights out, coming out on top in that first one, and now moving on to Hanamura, where I think I like their chances if Ace Louie is gonna be on that Junkrat again. Walnut, what are you thinking, man?
I really do think that Vanquish is the stronger team at the moment, and it seems that they're going to be running a really heavy counter dive comp, which is very popular in these 2CP maps, and I really do see success. But the only thing I would change about their comp is that I would run the Mercy, so you can, instead of the Moira, because then you could damage boost the Junk and give heals, and the Valks could be really strong, getting all those tanks. And I feel that Skybound really does have potential. But I feel they still need to play more as a team. And once they can get that sorted out, then I feel like they're a really good team.
Well, Skybound looking like they are going to be going with the classic. No, okay, never mind. I thought they were going to be running the triple tank with the Ana, and I mean, reminds me of season 3 there for a minute, but decided to go with Moira instead, and that's a little bit more like what we are used to seeing in the current iteration of triple tank. But yeah, Skybound going to just be pushing in here, using their shielding to get up and try to establish a high ground presence here. Leaving Albs behind though, so he's going to be taken down, finished off by the enemy Lucio, and with that we're going to see a huge initiation out of Vanquish. They know that they have the advantage now, and they are going to press it. They are pushing all the way up on top and getting these kills as well. Doc manages to find one onto Ace Louis, but he is probably not long for this world, and this is looking like it's going to be a strong first hold right now for the side of Vanquish. Doc manages to make it out with his life, and that's going to be a whole lot of ult charge for Jabba and Albs, but so far Skybound unable to get anything going right now as they lose name again before the fight starts. Mega getting aggressive behind enemy lines, but there is not the punish there for it. But we do see Jabba with the Coalescence up and ready to go. He's gonna go ahead and pop it, but getting taken down. Ace Louis landing a couple of nice grenades there. The supercharger and the whole hog coming in, as well as Mega Mulandi's sound barrier. And that is going to keep Vanquish alive through that fight, and they continue holding on here. They've got the Coalescence, they've got Riptire, and Self-Destruct here available to continue this hold. However, finally we're seeing Skybound come up with a few ultimates of their own. And Blue Ninja getting close to that Graviton. That, I think, is going to make the big difference. Albs taken down by the Riptire. Albs again going to be taken down by Ace Louis, who's behind this team. Finally going to get punished for it. Skybound pressing their advantage here, hoping that they can take this and you know, get onto the point with it. They do manage to get the kill onto Mega Mulani there, so that is a start. Not going to be able to speed the team around, keep this team healthy. And it does look like Skybound finally with a bit of an advantage, but they really had to, I mean, rely on a big mistake, I would say, out of Ace Louis. I don't think he should have been where he was. He was able to get that kill and then kind of spawn camp Albs a little bit, but you know, being there definitely left him out of position and with the ability of getting picked off. But that being said, you know, a whole lot of time eaten off the clock there, almost as much time as you can by Skybound, or for Skybound. So we do, you know, they're going to be coming in here with a couple of ultimates, but oh yeah, now Lion Claw taken down. That is their one big ult gone. Blue Ninja almost up to another Graviton. Hopefully he holds on to it though. Really does not want to use it here. Does manage to take out Mega Mulani, but that is not going to be enough.
Stay out of my way. My tactical visor is charging.
So right now the team of Skybound is seeming to trying to go up top. In my opinion, it's not a very good position because of the heavy spam that Vanquish has.
Yeah, Skybound trying to push up top and getting just answered with everything being thrown at them. Has the band with that whole hog, getting the kill on the Doc, and it's still absolute chaos going on right up top. But very much favoring Vanquish as they are getting the kills. Kid Deadpool putting out so much healing right now and keeping his team up through everything. Vanquish, very, very impressive on this defense. Lion Claw with a questionable ultimate there. We see Louis with the tack visor and Doorstopper with the supercharger coming in here. So a couple of the strong ultimates to pair together to give that tack visor the ability to just really cut through this attacking team. But Blue Ninja has this Graviton ready to go. And it looks like they're going to be dropping to the point and trying to push in that way. Maybe looking for a grab from underneath. But no, they just push on to the point. The tack visor coming in from Louis, finding the kill onto Name, and this Lion Claw teleporting up in the open and being burned right down. And yet another hold coming in from Vanquish. They are going to be down to just a minute and a half left on this clock here. And keeping 4 ults right now going forward. 3 ults available for Skybound. Blue Ninja's still got his Graviton, hasn't had an opportunity to use it for a couple of pushes now. Both supports with their ultimates. But it's really, I think the DPS need to get their ultimates and wait until they have you know, some tank ults to pair with them. Having a hard time getting the setup that they need. But Jabba getting that kill onto Leonidas is going to be big, as it removes that Sombra from the back line. Not going to be able to get that EMP up, and actually taking out the supercharger as well. So a couple of big kills right now coming in from Skybound, as yeah, they are going to be able to get these kills going on the point. The EMP coming in from Leonidas, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as too much damage was already done. Name with the Dragon Blade pulling it out now, just going to be playing Bouncer, I believe, on this point, not letting anyone get on. Does get hacked, but I don't think that's going to be able to make the difference at this point. Ace up on this high ground is going to be contested here and taken down by Name. Lion Claw doing a good job as well of just keeping this front side of the point cleared out. It is tough to push forward on here when there are these dual Hellfire shotguns waiting for you. We do see the Mei swap coming out from Has the Bance though. So a little bit more stall coming in. Mega Mulan taken down, Ace, Louis taken down though, and Has the Bance is going to be chunked right through. Not able to get into that ice block in time. And so I think Skybound will take this. Yes, there it is. Finally taking the point, and they are going to be able to, you know, maybe bring it in to some extra rounds if we go that far. They need to make sure they have a very strong defense here, and at the very least need to make sure they go into overtime on the other side's attack as well. But you know, definitely took them more time than they were hoping to get that second point cracked.
One thing I did see with what Winkler's strategy was, especially when they got on the point, I feel like their strategy was to get it to overtime, and they did succeed in that. So right now, they really do need to get anything over a minute. If they get anything over a minute, they're at least guaranteed a tie, and it puts Skybound in a really weird situation where it's like, even if they do quote unquote win, it's more of just a tie, and then Vanquish is still up in 1. So right now, because of the time that they have is they're gonna be put on the edge right now.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I sense within you the same rage that once consumed your brother. We are nothing alike. Our music.
A giant gorilla, just like in those old video games.
I get that.
All right. Skybound on their Skybound on their defense right now. They are set up trying to, I think, do the same kind of thing that we saw in the last match. Oh, but it's not gonna work as Lion Claw is gonna be taken right down by a headshot from Ace Louis, and without that Reaper on the point, I mean, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to play the type of defense that they wanted to play. We do see Doc taken down as well here by Leonidas, so with those couple of picks, now Albs falling as well, it's just going to be, you know, the couple of people here left to delay this thing. Blue Ninja would do well to just jump off the map and get back with his team as quickly as possible here. But he's not going to do so. This is actually a big throw right now. He is going to be completely behind Vanquish. His only hope is basically that he is able to find a health pack on the way back. But is actually going to be taken out of the mech by Mega Mulani, left out of suit now, as the entire side of Vanquish is able to just push onto the point here without the defense matrix, without the D.Va mech to stop it. It is all up to some hero play maybe from the DPS. Name up on this high ground is trying. Albs is out of the game, and that is going to be it. It looks like it's going to be Vanquish coming out on top here off of some great play out of all. I guess not necessarily coming out on top yet, because it is going to be, yeah, they are going to have to take the first tick, but 6:20 on the clock, and it's a bit of a foregone conclusion. You know, they I don't know if Albs will be rejoining us, if that was, yeah, unfortunate, unlucky. All right, Heroic gonna be coming in for side of Skybound, I think.
I will protect the
Gather some
innocent.
valuable data on this mission. Damage boost engaged.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Reinhardt, you know I had a poster of you on my wall when I was younger.
All right, we finally got a full side here for Skybound.
We are in this.
For however long they need it. 6:20 on the clock here for Vanquish. They just need to take a tick, and they'll be taking this series 2-0.
3, 2, 1.
It
Attackers incoming.
looks like it might be a bit of a foregone conclusion here. Vanquish coming out even with a few swaps. Leonidas on Mercy. Gonna see Kid Deadpool playing Pharah. They're actually gonna have Ace Louis on the Roadhog, Mega on Reinhardt, as the Bance is gonna be on Zen. So I mean, swapping some stuff up has the Bance. Finding that pick onto Name though is going to be huge. The Resurrect is there, it comes in, and Bance is taken out. So the revenge kill coming in as well. At least means that Vanquish is gonna be turned back for the time being. And there's Kid Deadpool going down as well. Alright, Mega Mulan. Looks like they're going to be solo tanking with the D.Va from Mega. Ace Louis on Widowmaker, looking for these picks right now. Does manage to get the Venom Mine out onto the Mercy, which can definitely be an important target to have identified here. Blue Ninja removed from the mech and then taken down there, but he's going to be able to find two with that bomb. But Jabba going in, getting, oh man, not able to get that finish there for Ace Louis.
Let me get you patched up.
Vanquish is actually having a very hard time, and it's because of, look at the discipline of this Blue Ninja defense. They are just hiding back here, denying all sight lines for this Widowmaker, and until there's an engagement onto the point, they're not initiating. I mean, they're just waiting back there and going in once the well, that could be the end there. His name is going to be taken down. We have seen this happen before, so we'll see whether it's enough this time. Sound barrier coming in from Skybound. The Earthshatter is there, and yeah, Doorstopper is going to be taken down. Ace Louis taken down. So Skybound, just by playing this disciplined and I mean, like, really defensive style, they are managing to hold this. They're not giving up a tick yet after about 3 minutes. So, I mean, it's looking like they are doing everything it could possibly take to do this. And because of the fact that Vanquish came in with everyone on different heroes than normal, they're now trying to build up their ultimates on their normal heroes, and it's taking them quite some time to do so. Teams are trading out though, and Doc gonna be getting booped off though by Mega Mulani. Definitely a great play there by Mega. Now with a sound barrier, gonna be keeping his team healthy through this fight, through this Death Blossom coming in. And they have a presence on the point. Vanquish looking like they might be able to do it here, but Name does manage to get a couple of picks with his Dragon Blade. However, it's now Ace Louis' turn to pull out the sword. They've got the point, they've got that tick, they've got the match, and that's going to be Vanquish taking the series, taking their first match of Season 3 here.
Play of the game.
That was rough at points for Skybound, wouldn't you say, Walnut?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like they kind of fooled around too much, in my opinion, on the side of
Vanquish.
yeah, Vanquish.
They definitely could have capped that earlier for sure.
I don't know. I feel like they were having, in my opinion, quote unquote, too much fun. Like I get it that like you had 6 minutes, and like you're bound to be fine. But a prime example of that not going in your favor was when my team, it was GM League and it was on Horizon, and my team held for 6 minutes and we got the tie, and then we went out to win the series. So like that's how it could really turn around on you if you're gonna mess around like that.
Yeah, I mean it almost did. You know, they basically they messed around and they had to swap onto their normal heroes there, and it took them, you know, a few fights to be able to pick up any sort of ultimate. So, you know, if they had if we had seen a little bit better job from Skybound of holding on to their ultimates and really, I mean, holding on to positioning, because we saw a couple of times, you know, one person would just push out of that safe position they had identified and then would get picked off, and it's like, man, we've got this spot back here. Come and hang out here. You know, like don't don't push out where the Widow can shoot you if you're gonna get shot. You know, but that being said, we are going to be moving on here to our next match pretty shortly. Night Howlers versus Saints. We're just waiting on the rest of Saints to get on in here, so we'll be getting that started pretty soon. All right, so we've got everyone in the lobby. I think we are coming up on our scheduled start time. We've done a great job today of staying on schedule. I think it's awesome. And yeah, doing a really good job. All right, we're just getting right into it. First map here between Saints and Night Howlers. Gonna be Dorado. And I mean, having not really seen anything from either of these teams. I want to give it to Saints. I know the boys in Saints very well. But Des Kangaroo, very, very talented tank player here for Night Howlers. And with that as the baseline, I gotta say that the rest of the team hopefully can hold their own as well. So not really sure which team I'm gonna be favoring to come out on top here, but we are gonna see Saints on the attack first. That gives them the opportunity to really set the stage, set the pace. Alright, but Saints looking like they are going to be running, this dive composition. Zigzag on the D.Va. Truthfully Cool on the Winston. They are going to be, wow, there it is. They get that kill right off the bat onto Madi. He's going to be taken definitely by surprise by that Pharah jumping over the top. Both teams running a Pharah and Mercy here. That's gonna be Truthfully Cool taken down there by Pee-wee, so we're seeing a pretty, this is a very weird fight, a very spread out fight right now, but it is Xiao coming out very huge with 3 kills there. He was also the one who managed to find that first pick of the fight onto Madi with the damage boost, and now Zigzag diving deep finds the kill onto Minton. And Saint so far is just rolling straight on forward. Another kill on the Minton. Minton does get the kill on the Xiao, so at least keeping things even. But Dr. Sheep with a huge pulse bomb, finding 2. And that's going to be enough for Saints, I think, to snowball this and roll it on forward. Dr. Sheep chasing down his counterpart, Alec. Trying to stall out the point, but not going to be able to do so for long. And Saints capturing that first point very quickly. 5 minutes on the clock to continue moving things forward. Zigzag has the self-destruct Xiao with the rocket barrage, and Truthfully Cool has the primal rage here. So, not to mention they got both support ults coming online right now. Ooh, Xiao taken down very low by that rocket from Minton. The rocket barrage coming in though from Minton now is going to be not enough to take anyone down. He himself taken down very low, but not finished there. Pee-wee does get that kill on the Keegan and the mech of Zigzag, so Saints I think is going to be pushed back with that one. And yeah, they're going to fall all the way back and regroup here. They've got ultimates still. Both teams, though, with a couple of ultimates ready to go.
Get the payload moving. We can do this.
But Xiao coming up over the top is going to be looking to try to get this D.Va out of the mech. Pee-wee taken very low. Not going to be taken out of the mech, though, but Alec is finally taken down. There's the mech gone, and the D.Va bomb is there from Zigzag. Takes out Mercy and the baby D.Va. And so with that, Saints able to push this payload forward. getting this positioning as well so that it's going to be nearly impossible for Night Howlers to push out without taking damage. And all they have is the Primal Rage to try to get out this door. Dr. Sheep with the Pulse Bomb is going to be looking to make the same kind of a play as he did last time. Does throw the Pulse Bomb in and get the kill onto Mahdi. Pee-wee almost out of the mech here as well. And that is a big D-suit there, as it is all of the damage resistance basically gone here for this defensive side. Des Kangaroo, though, still doing what he can and gets a couple of kills onto some squishy targets. So the Night Howlers looking like they are going to be able to hold on here. And they do. They got Pee-wee with the self-destruct and the rocket barrage from Minton here. No ultimates available for Saints for the time being, but they are coming up on the Pulse Bomb. Both their support ults getting pretty close. So soon Saints is going to have what they need for a successful push, but they still got to find the opening, still got to find the execution. There's the Pulse Bomb thrown in, but not going to find anything. Minton, however, finding it all, picking up 3 with that rocket barrage. And Minton doing a great job on this Pharah, playing this DPS role for Night Howlers. Night Howlers holding on to ultimates as well. They've got the Valkyrie and it's still with that self-destruct, so just the Valkyrie on the other side. Minton getting that knockdown, going to isolate truthfully from the team, but Minton himself taken down by Dr. Sheep. Dr. Sheep up on this high ground on the Soldier 76 is going to be able to do a lot of work from up there. That self-destruct thrown in by Zigzag, finding 2, and that should be enough here. That Valkyrie coming in, the Resurrect onto Mahdi. It's not going to be enough. Dez is going to be taken down as well. And yeah, Saints is going to be able to capture this point and roll it on into the third point, looking for this full map completion. But I don't think they're going to be getting it on this next attack. I mean, Night Howlers locked and loaded, ready to go. They've got 4 ultimates. Minton deciding that Junkrat is going to be a little bit better in these close quarters than the Pharah. He's probably right. We do see the attack visor coming in right now from Alec. Not able to find anything. Everything's already been blown up by Pee-wee here. But Night Howler is going to hold on yet again. Burning a little bit more time off the clock. Getting down now to about a minute and a half. But they've had to make some swaps. They've had to use some ultimates. So now they are left with nothing ready. And on the other side, 2 ultimates, 3 ultimates online right now. And they're getting close to a couple others here. So Saints going to be able to push forward right now with a huge advantage and take advantage, hopefully, of that. We do see Pee-wee taken out of the mech. That's going to be Dr. Sheep signed to go, and Shao's. They both used their ult at the same time, though, so that might have been a little bit questionable. Both those DPS gone, or ults gone at the same time, but they are going to be able to push this payload forward. A little bit of stall coming in right now from the Soldier 76. Alex staying alive here. Now we're going to see the Valkyrie coming in from Keegan, going to keep that team healthy, going to put out that aura of healing to everyone. But Minton finding the kill. He's going to waste his Riptire, though. He is not going to be able to get it off, but it is basically all up to Saints to just frag this out right now. They do so, and there it is. Capturing the third point with 35 seconds left on the clock. Saints they're setting themselves up very well here under Otto.
Switching sides.
Walnut, my dude, tell us about all that. Walnut's ditching me.
Shit, I'm whoopsie, sorry. I'm right here, sorry. My mic is muted, sorry. I for a lot of the second point, it was more of like who could play insert character here better, because if I'm not mistaken, they did have the same comp. If you could...
They did for a lot of it.
It was only until
Yeah, actually,
like
no,
third point of the
no, you're
switch.
right. No, you're right.
And-
they did have.
For me, I'm gonna focus on the Mercy play because you know I'm boosted, but you get the point, right? The one thing I did not see between the two Mercies that they did not damage boost Diva bombs, and that kind of irks me. But I feel like Keegan was, even though he didn't do that, I feel like he's still the stronger Mercy than appearing, and that definitely hurts them, especially with.
So that is the
both
thing.
them-
I've always damage boosted Diva bombs, but I thought it was just because it looked cool.
If it shows up it shows up in an assist if the Diva gets the kill. I
Oh.
mean,
Nice. All right. Well, we are gonna see Xiao on this Pharah again. It was doing a lot of work for him last time. He's already 28% on this ultimate just after laying some rockets in at the door. And Des Kangaroo gonna lose his life very early on. What we're seeing smart right now out of the tanks of the Saints is just one at a time. They are jumping down onto this point to contest it and allow and stop it from moving forward, and then jumping away, getting healed back up to full, and then rinsing and repeating. Basically, it stops this cart from moving at all, and keeps the support ults building up. We're seeing Keegan already up to the Valkyrie right now. And I mean, they have such a massive advantage just based on that one ultimate going into this next fight. Saints doing a great job right now of playing this defensive strategy. We do see the Valkyrie come out here from Keegan, just giving the team that extra sustainability, and Xiao putting it to good use, getting those couple of kills. Alec does get the kill onto Dr. Sheep, but Dr. Sheep going to get resurrected right back up. Almost has the tack visor. A few ultimates online here for Saints. They've got the self-destruct and the rocket barrage available, as well as Truthfully Cool almost up to that primal rage. Should have that any second here. Saints playing very strong on this defense. There's Zigzag throwing in the bomb, does not manage to find the kill. It's actually Pee-wee picking up 2 with his own Diva bomb, and now going in deeper, trying to find Keegan, does manage to do so, and Pee-wee putting the team on his back, or on the mech at the very least. Night Howlers now finding their groove, pushing on forward, and really it was just the story of 2 Diva bombs there. Zigzag unable to find anything, but Pee-wee's really did find the opening it was looking for, getting those 2 kills, created an opening for the rest of the team. And now Pee-wee, though, caught out of position and completely removed from the mech. That's going to give Dr. Sheep and Xiao the availability to use their ultimates. And they are going to put him to good use there. Turning this fight around. Dr. Sheep popping off right now. Getting another kill now onto Alec. And Saints holding strong. Only going to have the one ult in the sound barrier, though, for this next fight. So this is going to be an important fight for Saints, as it is, if not the last one, then the second to last. But they don't really have what they need to fight it all that effectively. However, that is what they need. Xiao taking down Minton before this fight starts is going to mean that that resurrect is not even available. Zigzag, though, taken out of the mech, not what you want to see right now. And Minton, with his tack visor after getting resurrected, is going to be able to pick off Truthfully Cool without that mech available. The self-destruct thrown up in the air is not going to find anything, but these kills coming in are favoring this attack right now and making it so that it's almost certain that we will see Saints fall here on this defense. Ooh, that boop. Knocking people up in the air for Alec to finish them off. And there it is. We do see the side of Night Howlers taking this first point and rolling the payload on forward. However, all the way into overtime is what it took them, so they're going to have a tough go of it trying to complete the map, especially with the time remaining on the clock. Going to need to win a couple of fights very quickly here. But all the positioning... Sorry, being held by the Saints right now. They are on this high ground. Dr. Sheep up here with the tac visor. He's going to be able to use it, does use it, and we're going to immediately see that Mercy removed from the equation. Minton as well. So yeah, Saints holding strong here yet again off of that tac visor. Xiao now swapping onto the Genji. It has the blade almost up to 60% on that ultimate, and so they are looking to play a little bit more aggressive on these front lines, it would appear. Zigzag manages to make it out after using the bomb and finds two with it. That's going to be a huge kill, especially taking down the Mercy. Chasing Minton all the way down into spawn. Does not want to let him get away, but does have to. Now they're not going to kill Pee-wee. Until then. Just 30 seconds left on the clock right now. And Saints has the ultimates they need to hold on here. Xiao with the Dragon Blade, Keegan with the Valkyrie. I mean, those two ults alone could very easily be what it takes to hold this. Dr. Sheep getting close to another tac visor is just going to be on this high ground back here, trying to be an answer to that Pharah and Mercy, and so far he really has been. Keegan pops the Valkyrie pretty early to make sure that the team stays topped up. Xiao staying alive, but now the tac visor coming in from Alec is going to be able to get that kill on the Keegan and Xiao and Zigzag. So Saints waiting way too long to initiate there and denied the chance to initiate at all. So now they're going to have to push out at a huge disadvantage. I mean, Dr. Sheep is going to get Rocket Barrage when he uses that tac visor. We do see the Earthshatter coming in from Des Kangaroo, not able to find anything, but Xiao with the Dragon Blade is taken down immediately. He's going to be picked back up by this Resurrect, but doesn't have the blade anymore. Minton getting that kill onto Keegan, but Appearing Cloud going down, Madi going down, a nice self-destruct again from Zigzag. Very important, and yeah, that is going to be it. Saints holding that defense in the end. Yeah, Saints going to take Dorado and take the 1-0 lead in the series here. That was a fun little play of the game. We had seen the Deadeye was coming out there and from Alec, and Dez charged in and knocked a couple people up in the air. So it was like skeet shooting, and it was like pull, took him down. But aside from that, what else did we see in that last map?
I think. Can we talk about Keegan surviving, like holy crap, he at one point he escaped attack visor and he got back to support his team. Like that's like pretty hard to do. Trying like and by then he was already low because everyone else was chasing him, and he managed to survive. It was pretty nice.
Now show them.
Ooh, as we can see here, we see the the classic of quote unquote that team is stream sniping Kappa because
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but we do see Saints running their double barrier strat here on Hanamura. I have heard good things about this composition of theirs. See if it works out for them. But basically, they just want to completely deny any sort of shield break composition that could come in by just having more shields than you can possibly break at once. That's basically what they're going for here. With this, we're going to have a lot of heavy spam as well, with the Junkrat, the Pharah, the Orisa, all spamming downrange. Ooh, but that is not going to be good for Truthfully Cool caught out of position. Luckily, they were able to get 2 kills, while losing him. So trading that 2 for 1 is not the worst. But Truthfully Cool caught out of position there, was not able to find that sneaky reverse charge, and now definite advantage here for Night Howlers pushing in. They're going to be able to have the man advantage, and Xiao taking down Zigzag as well, so that's 2 down immediately when this fight takes off. But Truthfully Cool returning to the fight, taking down 2, a Fire Strike and a pin, bringing Night Howlers out of this fight just like that, and Truthfully Cool going huge in that fight after being taken down. Now going to be knocking a Minton around. That is not something you want to be happening as a Pharah and hit by a Reinhardt. Truthfully, with the Earth Shatter, Dr. Sheep has the Riptire. There's the Shatter coming in already. Not really getting the follow-up on it that he wanted. In fact, Truthfully Cool is going to be taken down. The Riptire from Dr. Sheep not finding anything either. There's the Resurrect coming in onto Truthfully Cool. Zigzag is still alive as well. And so we've seen this happen before where Saints looks like they're out of it, but they get this tank back in the fight and they manage to win it. Look at this. They are doing it yet again. And there it is. Peewee out of the mech, going to be left in this Baby Diva form here. Finally eliminated. 1:49 on the clock here for the side of Night Howlers to take this point. They've got the Riptire. Alec going to use that ultimate. Going to be patient with it, looking for the right opportunity here to strike. Trying to get onto Keegan in the air, but Keegan managing to avoid it and stay alive. And Dr. Sheep getting the pick onto Alec means that there's not going to be a Resurrect available here for Night Howlers. Xiao taking out Minton in the middle of that Rocket Barrage. Xiao's going to be taken out during his Rocket Barrage as well, but definitely benefiting the defenders a lot more. And once again, Saints holding on. They've still got the ultimates too. They've got 3 of them saved up, ready to go. That pulse bomb from Dr. Sheep, not finding anything. But there's the Earth Shatter. It's there to block the follow-up on that sound barrier. The engagement stopped dead in its tracks by the hammer hitting the ground. And the only problem with that for Saints is that fight ended too quickly, because now there is going to be time here for Night Howlers to get back in, and Saints using the ultimates there, they don't have them this time around. However, Xiao 99% on his rocket barrage, and that's if it even matters. We do see a couple of people able to get on the point. Xiao, very questionable position on where you chose to use that ult, my friend. He's going to be taken down, as well as Keegan, by that self-destruct. And yeah, that ultimate actually might be what makes the difference here, with Xiao deciding to pop that right in the open after the D.Va bomb had gone off. So now another 4 minutes being given here to the side of Night Howlers, literally because of that one decision. I mean, Xiao floating just stationary in the air in front of a D.Va bomb. Keegan flew over to him. They both got taken down by it, and you have to think that with those two in the fight, they win that. That was actually a huge throw. A huge throw. But we do see Night Howlers pushing in onto this high ground. They've got the Valkyrie out, trying to keep the team healthy and alive in this fight. We do see Dez charged way off, but it's going to be Dez coming out on top, managing to come out over Truthfully Cool. But Xiao, this rocket barrage is a little bit better off than the last one. Appearing Cloud gonna be focused down by Dr. Sheep here. And so it is going to be the side of Saints holding strong here. But yeah, definitely a little bit of a, it was just an execution error more than anything, and those are the types of things that they just come down to mistakes a lot of time out of Xiao there. But this is, wow, Zigzag finding that kill actually for free onto Appearing Cloud9, so Saints holding on for a little longer. Just over 2 minutes on the clock. Saints with 4 ults. Night Howlers with 3 right now. They've almost got their 4th as well in the Dragon Blade. Truthfully, jumping down from the high ground, has his Earth Shatter ready to go. He's going to be looking to find an opening for it. Instead, finding that charge onto Dez, blocks Dez's Earth Shatter there, which is very big. But it's going to be Xiao who gets a lot of the work done. Zigzag as well, picking up one with his self-destruct. Ooh. Xiao with a nice kill onto Appearing Cloud there. Helping to clean up this fight. Missing a ton of rockets onto Alec. Finding that one.
You needed a doctor?
I will not waste this opportunity.
Alright, we do see probably one final opportunity here for the side of Night Howlers to push in, and ooh, slamming the door in their face is going to be Truthfully Cool, or at least slamming the hammer in their face, and he is just keeping them locked at this door basically. The kills did not come in. Actually, it's going to be Dr. Sheep who falls, Truthfully falling as well. Danny is down. So I mean, Keegan using that Valkyrie just a little bit too late to benefit the team is now going to be trying desperately to stay alive, to keep Zigzag alive possibly. Zig doing a great job of stalling, gets the benefit of that sound barrier as well, and so yeah, Saints doing a great job of stalling out as we've seen in the past. Keegan staying alive so well right now, dodging that Deadeye perfectly, and Xiao with that Rocket Barrage removing the mech here from Pee-wee could end up being huge. But Alec going on a flank manages to find the Mercy. Zigzag though with another big bomb manages to take out the enemy Mercy. We do see a attack visor coming in from Minton, does take out Xiao. So I'm thinking a tick at the very least is going to be going over here. Saints losing numbers, not going to be able to hold on for very long with this, but Minton going down as well. And a couple of people falling throughout this fight here for Night Howlers. Truthfully cool, getting that game, there it is. The hold from Saints, and not even a tick. Not even a tick for Night Howlers.
Score 0-1. Switching sides.
Walnut, feel free to come in and help me out, man. I'm getting tired. My voice is
Alright.
is
okay.
running out.
You are? Alright. Well, I really do like the Saints double shield, but I feel like they made a mistake at the wrong time, and that's what kind of costed them the first point. But their play on that second point was really good, and yeah.
Zigzag especially. I mean, I'm still mad that he's playing instead of casting right now, but he's definitely a very talented diva, and you know, knows where to position himself, knows those great bomb setup spots where you know, it's gonna drop in and not be in a place where the enemy teams expect it. So Saints with their chance to attack here. They are going to be pushing in, and Zigzag immediately getting hooked, but it's going to be Truthfully Cool who's taking down Triple Tank here, coming in for Saints, and we got the Junkrat Minton already halfway to his Riptire, taking advantage of that tank heavy composition on the other side.
I'm actually surprised that Xiao's not going Junkrat for this comp. Usually with a triple tank, you usually would have your DPS be a Junkrat, but I feel like the Reaper could also work, but I feel like Xiao might be stronger on the Junkrat, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, definitely gonna want to switch to Junkrat after that. I mean, Minton certainly showing the power of that character right now. Xiao actually going to be swapping to the Pharah instead, so that might be a very good pick as well. Going to be able to provide that fire over the top, maybe find those shots onto Minton in the back and remove that Junkrat, because as we've seen so many times on this map, Junkrat spamming into that choke can be devastating for a team trying to push in behind a Reinhardt. We do see the Earthshatter coming in from Truthfully Cool, and the follow-up is there. Couple of kills coming in now for Saints. They've got the whole hog to deal with, but Pee-wee gonna be taken down, not able to find the kills with it. And so, yeah, that is going to be looking like it's Saints taking the point slowly but surely. I mean, both of these supports just stalling it out for a little bit longer here. And wow, I mean, Dr. Sheep, unfortunately, going to be taking a swim, but does look like Saints capturing this point are going to be able to push on to the second with a good amount of time left. Only need to get one tick, and right now they have the bigger bang combo, as it's called, the Graviton and the self-destruct available. Keegan with the
Oh, a nice
Valkyrie.
We do see a nice boot by Shao. It makes the team now. Now the team of Night Howlers is split. They're gonna need to take some time to get back to their positions, but they don't seem to be pushing on that.
Going forward again, he manages to find the same kind of split boop there, but now getting pressured himself. He is way up here, low health. There is the Graviton. Sound barriers there to keep the team healthy through it. Self-destruct, though, from Zig. Manages to find Madi. We do see Shao getting picked back up, but not using this ultimate just yet. I'm not sure whether he's going to want to. There are kills coming in right now for Saints, but they have lost their supports. I don't know whether they have the sustain. Shao says, I don't care, just gonna drop this rocket barrage here, and hopefully the team can follow up on it. Dr. Sheep is now pretty much the last man standing here on this point. He needs to stay alive, and it's not gonna happen here. He's gonna fall, and yeah, they almost got that tick. Shao almost made it happen, but unfortunately for him, Alec returned right in the nick of time and was able to take him down.
I do like the risk that they did take about using that rocket barrage. They almost won because of it, but I feel like they did not get the kill on Alec, and that kind of costed them the fight.
Yeah, we do see them getting up on this high ground here, trying to get established and keep this positioning. I think mainly from Alec. They want to deny this McCree the chance to set up the Deadeye from up here. They do find that pick onto Minton, and getting that kill onto Appearing Cloud as well is massive. The Deadeye coming in only picks off Danny. Great job denying that positioning. Zigzag just taking the enemy Diva on a ride. Pee-wee following him all the way around the map. He's not going to be there to help out the team. There is going to be the self-destruct from Pee-wee thrown up, but not going to actually find anything with it. It's the Riptire from Minton who finds Danny. But Saints losing steam right now and losing team members, more importantly. Keegan staying alive, though, has the Resurrect ready for Zigzag, has the Valkyrie, gonna keep Truthfully cool from going down. Truthfully able to charge in now, getting onto this point, and there's so much AoE healing going out onto this point. Zigzag throwing up another bomb, finds Des Kangaroo. So these are the kills. Saints finally finding what they need, and they're getting everything going together for them. Saints looking like they're going to finish it off, and there it is. The tick goes their way, and Saints taking the map and the series in a 2-0.
That was a really nice team play, especially with Keegan. He kept Truthfully alive, and in my opinion, Truthfully probably should have died a little bit faster than he should have, but Keegan kept him alive for so long that they won the fight.
Wow. Zigzag with the Orisa play of the game, dude. That's not something you see every day.
I mean, you also don't see, Ana game the plays because she's never played, but you get the point.
Yeah. Well, true. Even when Ana was played all the time, you never saw Ana play the game, unless it was like Gale.
The only time I remember, I think I only got Ana play the games if I got a big ante, when I used to play Ana. So I mean that was fun.
Yeah, you hit a fat ante and then get a couple of shots in on people, finish people off. Hit a clutch sleep dart on a charging Reinhardt.
Oh. I mean, man, but that was when Ana used to also become DPS, you know what I mean? So it's that was kind of a crazy time. But now I'm just I'm just your regular old boosted Mercy that did not pay for boosting. So,
most Mercies didn't pay for it. They just played Mercy when she was broken. So,
I mean, but now it's if you play Mercy now, it's you kind of
Yeah.
gain some respect because
I I mostly I'm one of those people that likes being like cynical and ironic or whatever. So I like being able to I like making fun of Mercy mains by talking about how they're boosted or whatever. Because I have a lot of friends who are Mercy mains who are really really good at Mercy and who can play Mercy way better than I ever could. And I'm not gonna say that they're boosted just because they played a good character. But I do like making fun of them. So I hope I hope you know that I don't actually think you're boosted. I'm just picking on you. You know.
no, it's okay. I always call myself boosted. It's all right.
Hey man, I'm boosted too. I made it all the way up to diamonds and stayed there for 8 seasons. Still boosted.
Nice.
We are still live by the way, Zig. But good games, dude. You played very well.
Thank you. I'll stay muted unless I need to
Zig,
pass.